ladies and gentlemen. You have waited all week.
Yeah, Boogie Page. Throwing it down for All Things BMX is ready. I know I am. Just hack the ATB Airways. Let's kick it. All Things BMX. It's a BMX show. Unlike the rest, if you need some info, they got the best. Like and subscribe, kick back and relax. Said it's All Things BMX. It's a BMX show. Unlike the rest, if you need some info, they got the best. Like and subscribe, kick back and relax. All Things BMX is streaming to you. So post up on your couch, screencast to YouTube. It's gonna be fun, it will be a blast. You gotta do much but kick back and relax. They coming to you live from a studio, or they might be at the track, man, you never know. So don't go anywhere when my rhymes are done, cause the show's just starting, let's have some fun. I said it's All Things BMX, it's a BMX show. Unlike the rest, if you need some info, they got the best. So like and subscribe, kick back and relax. I said it's All Things BMX, it's a BMX show. Unlike the rest, if you need some info, they got the best. So like and subscribe, kick back and relax. All Things BMX got the boogeyman's back, so I wrote them this track to send some love back. JT, Melissa, Chris, and Paul did it damn and kinda get it entertain y'all. And I wonder who gon' have on the show as a guest. I bet someone good who's gonna impress. Guess I would just have to wait and see. Let's get the show going and start the party. Said it's All Things BMX, it's a BMX show. Unlike the rest, if you need some info, they got the best. Like and subscribe, kick back and relax. Said it's All Things BMX, it's a BMX show. Unlike the rest, if you need some info, they got the best. Like, subscribe, kick back and relax.
All right,
All right.
ladies and gentlemen,
Take two.
take two.
Or Moto 2. Whatever.
We bonked the gate, son.
We hit it hard, dude.
Yeah, we hit the gate and shit the bed, as the kids say.
Can you hear us now?
Dude, they don't. We're
Give us a what's up for something.
all right. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome into the All Things BMX Show now in Season 3. We hope you're ready tonight. It's going to be a party. Look, we already hit the gate, shit the bed. Time to do some shots, ladies and gentlemen, for episode 129. Big John. Our opening song is brought to you by our good man, Boogie Page. You guys check him out on Spotify. We already talked earlier, but you couldn't hear us. Chris does have a Spotify account.
Yeah, I do. That's how I listen to the podcast version of the show.
There you go.
Gotta like that one.
All right,
We'll
all
cover
right.
that.
Like you
we'll cover that in
rehearsed
just a minute.
That's perfect. You guys don't forget you can support the show. You have two ways you can support it. You can do it on Facebook right now, and you can send the stars over to us, or you can head on over to our page at Buy Me a Coffee. You're not buying coffee. You're just sending us money that helps us pay for all this equipment here in the studio.
What the hell? I wanted a coffee, man.
I thought we were
You're not getting
like some-
coffee.
Look, I wanted a Cafe Carmel, damn it.
I thought we
Grande.
were right, Damon. I thought we were getting like Starbucks or
Exactly.
Big B coffee or something. going on
Something.
there.
You get coffee one show ever, and that's when Melissa Bray's on the show.
Oh yeah.
That's it. That's all.
Can we have her back on?
I don't
Yeah.
call her.
All right, we'll call her.
Our studio is brought to you by the good people at Desoto
Onyx.
BMX.
Yeah, we got to get our Onyx.
We want to thank them.
Don't say that when you have a profile guy.
And if
I
you
know.
guys haven't been there, make sure you guys do and get and race under the big top, all right? Thank you guys for sponsoring the studio. We really appreciate it.
Right now.
Right now, the show's chat is brought to you by BMX Rock Photography, and Melissa's taking care of that. Melissa, how's it going this evening? Take two.
As I said before, it's okay.
Oh, here.
And happy anniversary.
Thank you. I am
Here we go.
surrounded in love, but heart is heavy.
Oh,
There we go.
Understood.
Yes, happy anniversary, you guys.
Thank
All
you.
right.
Thank you.
Number 4, year 4.
year
Yeah.
4. It's year 4 version 2, right?
Yeah, that's true.
That's
good.
my man.
All right, our chat question for tonight. This is a good one, all right? It's who is your pick?
It's gonna be tough.
It is. Who's your pick to win the Elite Men at the Grands? At just the race, not the title.
Not the title, the race.
Just the race.
Ooh.
Yeah, so think about that, all right?
Ooh.
Yeah.
Who are
all
you
right.
taking?
Me?
Yeah.
Connor Fields. Wait,
You can't do that.
shit, I didn't mean that. Sorry.
Connor's not racing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Corbin Schrock.
Yeah.
I'm going with Corbin.
Not George.
What
He's
about
gonna
George?
probably win it though.
That's my vote.
But I'm pulling for Corbin.
Are you?
You know
Yeah.
what?
All right.
yeah.
I'll take George.
You're gonna.
Yeah.
a-
Dade
That's
for
like
sure.
a goddamn lock.
Dade
You know,
all
Dude,
the
you
way.
took Corbin.
Look,
Yeah, well.
it's gonna be an upset. Okay, I'm gonna let y'all know who's gonna
Wait.
take it.
Who?
So you're talking about elite men, right?
Yes.
No, that's not what I said.
What'd you say?
Elite men.
Okay.
It's gonna be an
Glad
upset.
take two's off to a good start.
Oh, we're just rolling.
I'm gonna let y'all know who's gonna take it.
All right.
He's gonna come out of right field and just surprise everybody.
Okay.
Langford.
Ooh.
The way that kid's been riding lately, it's a matter of time before he breaks out.
Yeah.
Can't
There are some
argue that.
great answers right now in the chat. And John, who you got picked?
Oh, Isaac.
Oh,
Yeah, that's another good one.
Yeah.
I have to say George.
All right. All right. And each and every week,
Riley House.
Well, I love the guy. So.
right on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Each and every week, the showcase is sponsored by our good friends at Answer BMX, and our Newsmaker segment is brought to you by 110% Nutrition, Melissa's world famous trivia, brought to you by the good people at Bombshell Racing System,
Another good one.
and DJ Damon is brought to you by our good friends over at Truth BMX, and our birthday shout-outs, which you can find at all the nationals, is brought to you by On Two Wheels. And the show opening is brought to you by the infamous individuals over at Gate 9 Custom Number Plates. Happy birthday to Billy's bride, Jen.
Yeah.
Yesterday.
Jen's
She's
birthday was
celebrating
yesterday, right?
her 21st birthday. Happy birthday. Chris, let them know where they can watch and listen to this show.
Hey guys, remember we live streaming sponsored by Mega Design Groups. And remember, the month of October, Mega Design Group is donating 5% of their sales to hurricane relief down in Florida. So if this is a time when you're looking for a pop-up for your pit setup, you need some banners, some signage, get a hold of Brian over at Mega Design Group. Get that taken care of. Also, we have a podcast version of the show we were talking about a minute ago. That's available anywhere you download podcasts from, and that's sponsored by Dye Job Apparel.
Man.
Your custom shirt, hat, whatever you need, get a hold of Sean
They
at
got it.
Dye Job Apparel.
There you go. You got donuts, whatever you need. They got it.
Oh, I was going to say, yeah, grip donut, old school donuts for your grips. They have All Things BMX Show grip donuts. You guys can go get those.
All right. And without further ado, welcome into the show, Mr. John Pringle. Thank you for joining us this evening.
Thank you. Thank you for having me on the show.
We appreciate you taking time out.
Smooth, looks smooth.
Yep, we're going to have a good time tonight,
That's
John.
right. And you know what,
So-
John? Thanks for the jersey. That was
Oh,
pretty
yeah.
awesome. He sent us an autographed jersey.
Yep.
It's awesome.
Modeled by Detroit Velvet Smooth.
It is.
DVS himself.
DVS is modeling that guy this evening. You got to take a look at him. And
There he
he has the John Pringle gold chain this evening, just for the record.
I don't have mine. I broke mine.
Right?
I
Most
understand. You
people
don't,
know I have a gold chain, but I broke mine. So
yeah.
Oh, okay. So, John, first question. We always do the same one. How did you get started in the sport of BMX racing?
whew. Well, I got started. I was at a skateboard park, riding. It's down in Homestead. It was Runway. I believe that was the name at the time. And I did a lot of skateboarding. And then I saw a kid with a BMX bike and came in. I guess they let him in and ride. And I was just like, whoa, that was cool. He was doing some cool tricks and stuff like that. And I told my dad about it. And I guess he went and talked to his dad and said something about he races BMX at Boys Town and Kendall. And then my dad took me there, and next thing you know, I was like, dude, I was hooked. I ended up racing that day, and I had no helmet. If you see in a picture there, that's my skateboard helmet. I actually wore that skateboard helmet in the first race. And then I was going up for the second moto. Mr. Green, I was the track operator back then, came up to me and asked me where my parents were, and I thought I was in trouble or something. And he asked me to direct me to my dad, and I did. And then he told him I couldn't wear that helmet in the next race.
Oh, no.
And he asked him to, if he can find a helmet. There were small little mom and pops places that were selling helmets, and end up buying a helmet and went next moto. So, and I think I was hooked after that, pretty much.
How old were you?
I was 11, going on 11.
All right.
So, that'll work.
Yeah, and that picture there is actually Malcolm Hadley. He was one of the pros back in the days. He actually lived in Gainesville, and this before I moved to Gainesville and stuff. So I did a lot of racing down in Homestead, Homestead, West Palm, some other races, tracks. I can't remember all of them.
South Florida.
So and just got hooked, and Boys Town, I went there every day. My dad took me there pretty much every day to practice and everything.
That's awesome.
Just carried on from there.
What was your first race bike?
First race bike was a DG.
Oh.
Yeah, my dad actually, it was kind of, I showed up with a Huffy,
Yeah.
but it didn't work out. So my dad not only bought me a helmet at the same time, ended up buying a DG, and I ended up racing a DG. I didn't have any pictures of that. Unfortunately, I wish I did. And then when I moved up to Gainesville, I was on a red line and stuff. So I rode a red line 1 and 2 for a while.
Wow.
So yeah,
Cool.
yeah.
No, those DGs were cool back in the day.
Oh yeah, I thought I sent you a picture. Actually, I had one. I thought I sent it to you.
Have what I did was this is awesome because you sent a lot of pictures. So we got quite a few to get through, but I have them in chunks. So we're probably gonna get to them. All right, John. Did we just lose John? Oh boy.
Uh-oh.
All right.
Well, Chris, you raced back then in that time. You remember Red Line with the V bars?
You back,
yeah.
John?
Yeah. No, the V-bars.
All right. No audio from him yet?
We're getting him back in. All right. Hang out here.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll talk about Redline V-bars for a second.
Yeah.
Those things were cool, man. I remember because it used to be just the straight one, and then they started coming out with the V-bars, and everybody had to have them. And then they had to make the pads.
To go with it, yeah.
Yeah. Because that was a whole nother thing, right?
Yep.
So you had the pads. Because,
I mean,
kids nowadays don't understand. You used to be required to have a pad, 3 pads on your bike.
It was weird because when I came back to racing, I was like, "What? No pads?"
I know.
What is this?
I did the same thing. I'm like, why is nobody wearing pads? Is that like cool now or something? I couldn't figure that out.
Right. It was like crossbar, your stem, and then top bar.
Top 2 of the frame, yeah.
Yep.
Had to have them on there. I mean, you can still get them.
Yeah.
Was it Flight? Still makes them.
Remember the special? You were cool if you had like the lightning bolt pads or.
Oh, what were those? Zap pads.
Zap, yes.
Yeah, Zap pads.
Okay.
All right.
I'm sorry, we're just killing time.
No, great job, by the way. We lost the Wi-Fi from John, which is okay because what we'll do is
we'll improvise.
We're going to improvise here.
There you go. His wife was getting it back up for him. As she runs off screen, she's like, "You pushed the wrong button," and she takes off.
I didn't touch nothing. I'm just sitting here minding my own business.
It's funny. I was shouting like, "Where's the mouse, you darn right-handed person?"
Love it.
Somebody must be left-handed over there.
Yep, you got that right.
I was just moving it out of the way. I didn't want to mess it up. I was trying to get my drink. I'm sorry, guys.
Hey,
And
you know what?
That's why it went. That's why it got messed up because you was moving it out of the way.
John, you have an.
I'm not touching nothing on this table. I'm
It's
just.
the country Wi-Fi.
We live in the country, so.
Okay. Hey, if we have any more issues, it's cool. I got it set up so we can jump. I could just call you and we can do that too. But, John, this happens. You have an electrifying personality, and when you're around electronics, they don't work, man.
Yeah, don't get me started on that.
And that's part of this whole. It's live.
I touch electronics usually ends up breaking.
There you go. Now, before it cut out, we were kind of chit-chatting a little bit about your bikes and when you got started. So we'll jump in and kind of jump back into there. You started, you said about 11, right? You were 11 years old?
Yeah, 11. 10 going on 11, pretty much 11. I just started at 11.
And your first real race bike was a DG, correct?
Was the DG. My dad bought a DG at the track. It had like orange tire on the back and a black normal black tire on the front, and had big fat pads on it and stuff. So
Okay.
yeah,
They have those old pads with the snaps on them.
yeah, the new gooseneck one. Yep.
Perfect. All right.
I'm sorry I didn't send it to you. I thought I did. So
It might be in here, so it still could come up. But tell us
I'm
about.
not going to mess with anything. So
Let's not. Kind of tell us, in the pictures will they'll scroll through here, but tell us some of the teams you rode for, kind of along the way when you started at 11, and if you got national highlights you have, kind of bring us up to the current date on how your personal riding went, and then we'll transition over into what you guys are doing now at High Springs. But take us up and bring us up and let us know about the the teams you rode for and sponsors you had.
Yeah, so when I was in Kendall, racing in Kendall, I'd say probably midway through the season when I was racing, there was a local bike shop. It was called Moped South.
Mm-hmm.
They actually, one of the dads kind of talked to my dad, and I ended up rode for them for a while, and was doing very good. It was challenging, but I was doing pretty good and holding my own, especially for a little scrawny kid. Then I ended up moving up to Gainesville, Florida, and ended up riding up here, and it was totally different. There was some cats here that, hey, don't come in my backyard and think you can beat me, and I was a scrawny little kid. So I ended up racing the red line here. I didn't have a sponsor at the time or a bike shop at all. So I was wearing just normal jerseys. Started riding a little bit more. I hooked up with Malcolm Hadley, one of the pros, started training me. I think it was Jason was with him too. And then just started progressing. And as I was progressing, I think BB Racing was coming in. So some of those pictures you see me in the blue and white, I ended up getting sponsored by them and ended up on the so-called co-sponsor team, was riding with them. That was the black and jersey and stuff like that. And I think I was wearing race ready pants and stuff. So so I was doing pretty good as an amateur, novice rider. And then I ended up moving up to back then I think it was MPSA, and ended up moving fast up the ranks in novice, and then ended up going into junior, and was doing pretty good. And you can see some of those pictures that I won when those first jump was actually in DeLand. It's a wedding picture. So I ended up finishing back then. They separated classes and stuff like that. So I was 15 going on 16. I finished second in MPSA in the state and everything. So it was pretty exciting for me at the time. My brother used to take me to the races, and before that, and then Malcolm and Carl Goff was one of the local cruisers guys there. He would take us to races and stuff. So that was easy for me to get around to races if my brother couldn't take me and everything. So, but yeah, it was pretty interesting to come move up to Gainesville, and a big transition from riding down south to guys up here. And they didn't take too much kind of me from moving from down in Miami area, moving up to Gainesville and stuff. So especially being a little scrawny and skinny. So
right on.
Yeah. And then after that, at the time, I wanted to do something different than most of the riders. Back then, I think you had to wait till you were 16 to turn pro. And then a lot of the guys I was racing actually started moving up. And I thought, wow, hell, if those guys are moving up, because they were just turning 16 and they were moving up and going out. I said, well, hell, why can't I just go? And I wanted to turn when I was 15. And
right.
They wouldn't let me. And then Malcolm was telling me I should wait and stuff. And knowing me, I just wanted to go for it, but they wouldn't let me do it. So I was kind of discouraged, but I kept on racing. they had the first, I think, MPSA Grands in '84.
Okay.
I think I was hurt that time. I didn't get to race it. I wish I did, but I don't think I did. And I kind of started going away from BMX a little bit and started when I got in school and stuff. And it was football, baseball, weightlifting. I kind of wanted to change the sport. I guess it kind of pushed me away because I couldn't do what I wanted to do. So I kind of got away from the sport a little bit, and then ended up doing football and all that stuff in high school.
High school sports.
Yeah, pretty much. And you see that in all sports now. I mean, now you see the kids come up, and then they get to a certain age, and then start in high school, and it's all something different for them. They're like football, and they want to play football, and I get it.
Yeah.
And racing BMX actually helped me do football because
Sure.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Quick sprints.
Yep.
So so back then it was we played Ironman, so there was it was pretty tough. So and then at the time everybody else progressed and moved on and stuff, so BMX was kind of in the back door, and then I didn't get back into BMX till I was almost 35, because I ended up racing motorcycles, road bikes, for about 4 years.
Ooh.
Yeah, so I did that back then. I raced Daytona, Road Atlanta, Homestead, and all that stuff.
I
didn't send you pictures. I should have sent you pictures.
Man, you got some hair on your chest for doing that.
You're talking about like Moto GP.
Unfortunately, this is where it all came and got me back into BMX, because I ended up in mid-season wrecking. Somebody took me out in the last turn of the first leg of the race at Moroso, and I ended up breaking my leg, broke my tibia. Ended up having 14 or 17 screws in the plate in one. So that was pretty tough. And then it took me a while to get back, and then I finished the season off and ended up finishing 25th overall. And so before that, my biggest thrill was racing Daytona, like 82 riders we had in the class, and I ended up finishing second. I was tenths of a second off of getting first.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah, so it was pretty crazy, So I ended up finishing the top 20 in the series, and then I raced that for another year, a couple of years, and then the R6 came out in '99, and I bought an R6, and I was like the fastest production bike right out of the box.
Mm-hmm.
And ended up racing that. And I tell you what, to the same day, I went to Moroso, got taken out in the last lap and stuff. And I think that was my calling card. I wanted to keep on going, but unfortunately, I had to make a decision because working and getting hurt did not go together. So
I mean, just be honest with us. You got tired of riding at 160 miles an hour. I mean, it got boring to you.
I love speed.
I mean, just be honest.
I've always been a speed junkie. Back when I was doing skateboard, back in the days, I did slalom too on top of that. So you're going downhill, going fast too. So, and then when I got into BMX, was like that to me. It was like going fast. So that's what I liked about it.
I mean, you could be honest. That R6 wasn't fast enough. You should have got a Busa, and
Well, it's funny because the R6 it was coming out at the time because the Gixxers 600s were the fastest bike, and Yamaha and Honda was trying to get a better bike for that, and they came out with the R6, and then I had to buy it and ended up buying it. And again, I got taken out in last lap, and we were racing to the finish line, and me and this guy, we finished it was like 10th, and the guy was 11th, and then we did a thumbs up, and then there was a guy sitting in the corner and didn't know exactly what he was doing, so we split him off, and then I hit the tail end of him, and then kind of saved the bike, but I put my foot down and twisted my ankle, and then ditched the bike, and then ended up breaking my other leg.
Them
and
damn,
having
them damn
19
slow riders.
screws and a plate in that one.
Them damn slow riders. They don't know what the hell they're doing.
Yeah, so I had to make a decision I had to, I lost my job, so I had to pick and stuff. And then when I got stabled again, and I think Ray, there was a different Ray, I couldn't remember his name, was building a BMX track here in Gainesville, right down the road from where I lived, off of Archer Road. And then I started helping him out and stuff like that. And they were coming with the concrete and the gate on the day. And I was like, great, I'll be there to help out and stuff. And then next thing you know, everything fell apart. And I think he was sanctioned NBL. And I think at the time ABA came in and said something to him. And then all of a sudden he just kind of closed the gates. And the next thing you know, he couldn't sanction a track at all. And he ended up having his nephews and kids ride on the track with dirt bikes. And next thing you know, I'm hopping in my Supra going to Daytona, racing all around. I went to Jacksonville and stuff. And my first bike I bought was a GT, and a cruiser, and a 20-inch. Not realizing how much time has changed, those things were heavy. So I got back into BMX and started riding BMX. And I think it took longer to get back where I was doing when I was a young kid, to start racing all these other guys. And it took a while. I mean,
Sure.
It was tough. And then I ended up doing pretty good. And there was a kid named Brad. He did Brad Bicycle Shop. Kind of picked me up, got me some right equipment. And next thing you know, I just started taking off from there. I was holding my own, battling with the guys and stuff. And then as we were going on, I ended up riding with Force Racing down in West Palm. They picked me up. And then I started racing with them. And I know you got a picture of me, my purple hair, and Force Racing on there somewhere. And then I rode for them for a while. And the top dogs back then was Johnny Turner, Gary Slater, Pat Sheridan. And those guys were, going fast, So racing those guys definitely made me work harder. And there's some other guys in there I just couldn't, can't remember some of the names. So as I was progressing, doing better and stuff, I think it was Josh or I can't remember his name. He was out of Jacksonville, and he had a co-sponsor with SE and got me on the SE frame, and I took off from there. And
Nice.
actually started winning more races, and actually took on the Florida title. And next thing you know, I'm racing all these races and stuff, going to it and stuff like that, and just started putting myself out there, and people started, noticing me and stuff like that. And sometimes I feel like I was getting called to the tower where they were asking for John Pringle, was actually calling John Pringle. So that's how this whole thing started with Laura and everything. And I ended up meeting her through. I actually met.
No, wait.
Uh-oh.
Okay, because I had to have this explained to me 3 times. Okay.
Uh-oh.
So your wife's maiden name is
Pingle.
right, and her dad's name is
John Pingle.
right. All
Oh
right,
my gosh! Seriously?
and John's
She married a John Pringle.
and John, your father-in-law's bride's name is
Laura.
all right. So we have 2 Lauras and 2 Johns.
And
Yes.
it's just a
Yes.
We have a
Pingle
Laura
Pringle.
and John
Pingle and
a Laura
Pringle.
and John
Yeah.
Pringle.
And
Boy, I bet that was-
Rocky Rodenball actually introduced me to Laura's mom. And then I kind of met Laura one time, and her rule back then, she didn't date BMXers. So,
Okay.
Smart job.
yeah, so.
Just marry him.
It's a lot of work.
so
Yeah, just
she
marry
kinda-
him. There you go.
Yeah, she just kind of blew me off. So that was fine. I get it, And then
It's a tough life. There's always another woman in your life. Well, I could go further, but I'm going to stop.
so as I was progressing up the rank, riding the team and stuff, and then I actually met her again at Orlando, and or St. Cloud, and there was a race there, and then I was with Joey Hitu and some of the guys that we used to take me racing back when I started when I started back into racing and stuff, when we were going to MBO races and stuff too. I met there. I saw her there. We started talking. I think the race was over with, and she came up and around Heat 2 and some of the guys and Joey Mims and all the other guys and their brothers. And she started talking to me a little bit. And then next thing you know, I said something about lipstick or something. She had this chapstick and it was cherry or something like that. And she's like, "Oh, you like cherry? You want to taste some of it?" And I was like,
I knew you was going to say that.
Oh.
yeah. So I said, sure. So she kind of stuck, it was going to give me like a little peck kiss or something, and she kind of turned her head and kind of backed off. And man, I was like, "Oh, I just got dissed,"
Oh
So
man.
all in front of my friends too, and they're like, "Whoa, dude, you just got dissed," So I'm like, "Oh, that's cool." I wasn't mad. It's all good. So
Right.
it went on. So I think it was February 14th. Valentine was on a Friday. I wasn't going to, there was a race in Jacksonville, and I wasn't going to go to that race. And Adam Gonzalez, his mom and them, back days we used to ride with and go to races with, had said, "Man, you got to come to the race. Got to come to the race. Stay with us at the hotel." I'm like, So I drove over there and went to the race. She was there. She came up to me a couple times, kind of shrugged my shoulder. I come here to race. I didn't want to talk. So I ended up racing. She kept coming by. She's like, "Hey, what'd you do? How'd you do?" I was like, "I did good. I gotta go cool down now," and just kind of.
There you go. Give her the cold shoulder.
I was blowing her off, technically. Playing hard to get.
There you go.
That's players' moves, man.
So at the end of the race, I was kind of chilling out and I was sitting on the bleachers and stuff. And then she come over, boy, she was determined to talk to me, and I'm like, "Oh, so how'd you do?" I said, "Got a first." Yeah, did pretty good. And she's like, well, what you doing later? I was like, "I don't know. Would you like to go out for dinner or something?" And she goes, "Yeah." And I said, "Cool. All right, we'll set it up. I'll pick you up at the hotel." So we went to the hotel and I picked her up in my Supra and we went to, I think it was a barbecue place in Jacksonville. And we went in and broke every rules of the book. Don't talk about your exes. We got it all out. Just got it all out. How would you do with this? Oh man, that's like, how are you? Oh yeah, mine sucked too. So but we just aired it all out. Got it done. Just like opened the door and then we finished dinner and I was taking her back and we passed Danny's on the way back to the airport hotel and I said, "Hey, you want to stop in and get dessert?" So we ended up stopping in and get dessert. I got a brownie with some honey and stuff, and because honey was like my favorite. And next thing you know, it was just like, wow,
Nice.
We went back to the hotel, and I took her back, and and kind of took her to the elevator and said good night and all kind of stuff. As the door shut, I gave her a quick kiss.
I was gonna say, you finally tasted that cherry lipstick.
Hey,
how does that work out when you start off as my ex? Do we just get that off the table too?
I guess.
You were the asshole. Oh no, wait, no, you were still the asshole.
She dumped me, man, just after I moved her.
He's lying out of his face.
Nah. Hey, so look, we have the chat. The chat's blowing up, and God, this is great. This is great. We're gonna jump in there real quick with Melissa. Let her bring us up on what's going on. It's great because you've got some friends in there throwing you under the bus, by the way, John. So, Melissa.
You are going to have to scroll to the top for me, though, because mine cleared.
Did you lose it? Okay, Here we go.
So, I'm going to have to look away from the camera for a minute. But, all right. Let's see. Where do I get caught up? Hold on one second, guys. Sorry that I hit the wrong button earlier. Oh.
Right here?
No, I got to see it here. That's too far away.
Oh,
sorry.
See, I'm not the only one that has that problem.
Yeah, that's fine. I don't have my reading glasses on. Okay. That birthday's coming up real quick. We're going to say hi and welcome to the show to Robert Cardoza, Brian Fell, Megan Design Group with us. Rick Carter of the Beer Budget BMX Show is also tuning in. We appreciate all you guys. Mike Miller, an recent guest of ours, was giving me a little crap earlier that John Pringle was lucky enough to have me back on the show. And I did miss you, Mike. I was watching the show. I just wasn't present. My good friend Emily Schaefer is tuning in. Sean Gifford of the Dye Job Apparel's with us. Our buddy Michael Mag from the Oregon, Ohio area. Says that you wrecked him in Rock Hill 2 years ago. Gave him a concussion.
I remember.
Apparently
we were there.
He hasn't
We were
forgotten
there.
that either.
We were there.
Friends of the show, Greg Page and family's tuning on. That's actually Boogie, our opening song author's dad. Well, Gus is tuning in. I'm not surprised there.
Oh yeah, he already texted me.
Jim Bosco says it me. Oh no, never mind. Don't read that question. Move on. I saw it highlighted. I thought it was a question.
Well, I just names.
Martin Kennard, Florida native and good pal of ours. Charlene Pinner is in the chat.
That's one of my volunteers.
Nice. Jamie Page is also there with us. Chris Gray. Woody Stories tuning in. Craig Robinson. Thank you for the anniversary wishes to everybody. Let's see, who else am I? Chris Medler, thank you for tuning in. Ned Kutzel, we appreciate you guys. Some of our West Side friends. Nick Jones is in the show. He says hi to the big Kahuna. So I was like, is that, yeah, okay.
Yeah, the big Kona comes from Chad.
Okay, all right. Well, I could see that. He's pretty good at giving out nicknames.
Yeah.
Who am I missing? Oh, Billy from Gate 9 Number Plates is also tuning in. And Billy, you're going to have to send us your birthday because you don't have it on Facebook, and that's where we get them
Right.
from. So,
Yep. Can't do that.
couple of guesses to the chat question. Isaac's a big one. A lot of people saying Daudet is going to take it. Couple of Cam Woods.
Yeah, Cam Wood's been actually going pretty good.
Killing
too.
it, isn't he?
Yeah.
He is. He's doing good.
That could be a good sleeper there.
Damon's tuning in back there in the back, not snoozing.
Hey.
Our good pal, Zach Goss, and we're going to be having him on a little spotlight here in the next couple of shows, hopefully, to explain what he's got going on. Noah Robinson's checking in. Bill Johnson. We appreciate all of you guys.
Bill, thank you for sending me all the El Caminos that are for sale in California.
Yes.
Hey, that's not a bad thing.
Mr. Kurt Bliss is tuning in. We appreciate you. We know you guys have been busy out at your track, so apparently nobody's racing tonight. Oh, wait, Toledo raced, didn't they? Anyways,
I think
They might got rain.
I think they canceled at the last minute.
Yeah.
Oh, they might have. Joey Hatu. Is it Hatu?
He too.
He too. Okay. He says, John, when
Go ahead.
Oh, he just said, when I first went to your house, I thought you were taking me to a place to murder him. That was interesting. Our pal Tom Johnson's in there. He says, love me some John Zebra Cakes Pringle. We already know about the zebra cakes because all it took.
The zebra cakes goes away. I mean,
oh my god,
that's another story. I'll tell you about that one later.
It took one mention when you were on with Gus, and everyone in this studio and most of our close studio audience were posting pictures all over the place of these dang zebra cakes.
Wait, have you had the ice cream?
Zebra cakes,
We must have bought them out.
Yeah.
All right, so the zebra cake started, I guess, was 2019 before all the COVID stuff. We were at Rock Hill, and everybody knows Rock Hill is like my favorite supercross track. Now we're just on supercross tracks, not tracks in general. I wasn't feeling good that day, and I was riding and stuff, and that track's always been good to me. And I needed a pick me up, and I ended up taking one. There's a packet,
yeah,
and there's two, and need one pack. I took one before the race. I ended up winning the race on the cruiser. Then I took the other one and run the 20-inch race.
Oh, well, that was it.
There
then.
you go.
Yeah, and
It
that's
was
what
born.
started the whole thing. But now I'm gonna say I got first both days on cruiser, and then I got first and second on Sunday. The only reason I got second on Sunday because I think at the time Bubba Hayes was racing, but he didn't sign up on Saturday, so it probably been a different outcome. But
Okay.
on Sunday I was really hurting. I took two. And then raced the main on the cruiser and won that one. And I'm like, I was not 100% of that race, but somehow the zebra cakes come in and It's been on ever since.
That was all she
Have you
wrote.
tried the zebra cake ice cream yet?
You know,
No.
you know what we need?
The cakes themselves, ice cream's always separate.
We got to get with Brian Dorsey and have a zebra cake dangerous thing.
Ooh.
That sounds
Whoa.
horrible.
All right, Melissa, finish us up real quick.
I got just a couple left.
don't
I
know,
want to
man.
say hi
Yeah.
to Al Roybal. He's tuning in. He says hashtag
Al-
legend.
Oh my God.
Jeff Beast Mode Schroeder is also with us.
Beast mode.
Did I mention Jim Bosco earlier?
You
I
did.
can't remember. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Turner Ashley's with us. The Turner family says, "What's up?" Who else am I missing? Oh, and Chris White is also tuned in. We appreciate you guys. Okay, I think. Oh no, one last one. Jimmy Pinner says.
Oh, Mr. Penner. Yeah,
Says Jimmy and family are listening, so we appreciate you guys.
big volunteers at our track, along with
Awesome.
everybody else.
Yeah, man.
Awesome. We love to hear about the volunteers.
Well, thank you, Melissa, for the chat
Absolutely.
check-in. We appreciate it, and always taking care of us there at BMX Rocks Photography, helping us out with our chat room. If you guys have questions for zebra cakes, let us know, and we'll get them in and get them out and pass them along for you. Again?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
I think his bandwidth caught up to him.
It did. All right.
Breaking the internet.
Well, while we're fixing that,
Oh,
hey,
wait.
everybody in the chat, make sure you like and subscribe and all that fun stuff.
Here we go.
Like the show.
Are
All
you
right.
with us, John?
Do we have sound? We don't. Here's a funny thing. We didn't have sound when we started.
No, we didn't.
He froze again.
It froze. It's all right. If we got to, we're gonna jump over on the audio here in a second, if need be. He did say he has country Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
or internet.
Maybe you can
Yeah.
like
Weren't you gonna play a
duck out
good
of
country
Zoom.
song?
You know what we can do? We'll take this moment. We'll do some commercials. All right. So we'll hit some commercials. DJ Damon, take us out, and we'll be
All right,
right back. And we're gonna do a couple commercials, and we'll be back with John.
in just a
song.
minute.
And here comes some depressing country music.
Stop it!
DB Sports World, the best value in the world on bikes, parts, and equipment.
It's time.
All right, and we are back. DJ Damon, thank you for bringing us out of commercial. We appreciate it. And, you know, you sent me this catalog of pictures here, and you talked about it. We went through the proposal, right?
No.
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 Oh,
No,
well,
we did not.
Oh, we
Yeah,
did that
the-
before the
oh,
show started.
That
I'm
was
sorry.
Pre-show.
Okay,
yeah.
so this is it was awesome. So talk us through. Well, you talked us through your first time asking her out, and you were a little intimidated as your friends called you out in the chat. But talk us through the proposal here, where you're laying on the ground, and let us know like how we ended up here.
Set that all up.
So what I had Joey Hitu, he was announcing it and stuff, so he had it all mic'd up and stuff for me. So I had the microphone inside my jersey. So I went out and pro practice, and then she told me I shouldn't practice because I told her, I said, I need some extra time on the track. So I kind of went out with the pros and started riding. So I pretended I fell. And the medic was helping out and stuff. And he actually had the ring for me. As he was helping me out, make sure everything else, his other guy came out and stuff and had, hey, you're okay. And next thing you know, he texts saying, oh, you sure you're okay? We're like, hey, here she comes. So as she was coming, I kind of got on my knees and then slowly got up and then pulled the microphone out and then got on one knee. And then next thing you know, I ended up proposing to her on the track in Jacksonville. So since that was our first date we had in Jacksonville, I figured that was the best place to do it.
Oh, there you go.
And I ended up proposing to her there. And
Nice.
then I know, and everybody's sort of signing up, say yes, because she, really didn't say yeah. I mean, she couldn't say it because I didn't have the microphone up to her, and then she said yes and stuff out loud, and that's how it started.
Oh,
And
man.
how
Amazing.
how long?
Yeah,
How
Joey,
long?
he too is up in the announcing booth, doing his thing and stuff, and we ended up. I didn't send the other picture, but we ended up kissing in the infield. He's like, you guys, no, can't do this here now. We got to be racing.
So how long have you been married now?
Oh God, we're going on 16 years.
There you go.
Wow.
Nice.
All right.
Congratulations.
Yeah, that's awesome.
That's great.
16, 17. I don't want to get in trouble here, but
Well,
Yeah.
it's okay.
yeah.
That's
Well,
great.
But
That'd be
I think the hardest thing was I was more scared to ask her dad than anything else because it was something different.
I know the
So,
feeling.
yeah.
I know the
I mean,
feeling,
he
John.
was the president and he ran the SSA and all that kind of stuff. And, but
Melissa's
it was
dad's
good.
not that. He's just a dude that walks softly with a big stick. That dude's got the blueprints of the old school in his back pocket, and he still has the cartel's phone number in the other pocket.
You're not messing with him.
No,
Yeah,
no.
if her dad said no, I was like, I guess I'm gonna just ask her anyways and end up racing. But no, it actually worked out real good. So
Have the
That's
bike
awesome.
for
That's
the
good.
escape. Yeah,
awesome.
that was
So-
that's pretty impressive. Pretty
Yeah.
impressive.
That's a
Yeah,
good one.
and then when we said our wedding, and everybody knew everybody in the NBL and Tedesco and everybody, so we made sure there wasn't a state race going on, a national, and everybody was pretty much at the wedding.
That's
So
awesome.
That's great.
That's awesome.
yeah.
Yeah.
And I think I'd send you some pictures of us on our bikes on wedding day there,
Mhm.
and then she had the #1 plate on, and it was her night.
Aw.
There you go. Good
So
deal.
we talked about your riding, what you've done, and kind of let's transition into what you and your bride are doing at High Springs and what your guys' roles are there.
So I am the track operator, and she does everything behind the scenes. Pretty much does all the paperwork and the concession building and all that stuff, and coordinates everything. And I'm the guy with the shovel in my hand and going out on the track and make sure everything's good on the track. So, and I tell you what, and I say it 1,000 times, and everybody knows, I couldn't do this without her, my volunteers, what we do at the track, and I think I sent a bunch of pictures of the volunteers through the years.
I'll
and
have them
stuff.
up in a
So,
second.
Well,
yeah, so
it's-
I definitely appreciate everything they do for us, and we kind of turned the program around, and now we're doing pretty good. So
What
You-
year did you get? Sorry, Chris.
I
What
was
year?
just going to say it takes a village to run a BMX track.
Yeah,
It seriously
absolutely.
does.
Yeah.
What year did you guys get involved with High Springs?
I got involved with High Springs. I was kind of in the back door all the time. Jim Gabriel ran the track. He's the one that built the track and brought it there.
Mhm.
He was part of the city of High Springs. He ran the track there. He ran it for several years. I was, always try to go out there and help out when I couldn't get off work and stuff. And then there was a change of hands. Rick Gayhart took over for a couple years. And then he ended up stepping down, and some of the parents were going to quit or leave, and I really didn't want to see the track go under. And they had a meeting, asked me to show up, and then we ended up talking. Linda, her son was about to start high school, and he was doing a lot of soccer and stuff. So I kind of transitioned. They said, if what can we do to keep people here? And they said, well, if you can be track operator, some of us will stay on. And I'm like, whoa. So I was like, okay. So I ended up, next thing you know, I did a few phone calls and stuff, and then we got started on it. And I was kind of transitioning into it. Linda was pretty much running it, and then after that, Laura stepped in to help out in concession and registration and all that stuff. And then So Linda stepped down and she left it in good hands, and we took off from there, and we just had to build the program up, and recruit. To me, it's like you're recruiting the family. Kids come out and race, and then you kind of recruit the family if they want to volunteer and stuff. So that was a challenge the first couple of years. I had a very good person, Mr. Nelson. Yes, Nelson. He worked at Hip Construction, and he was a big help for me. And, I was stressed, but he can borrow equipment, and so we can do changes and stuff like that, and build the track up, and then had Mitch Horn come in, and me and him talked about designs, and we did the designs, and he did this and that, and away we went, and we were taking off from there. And I ended up changing a lot of things, making the pro side on the outside of the turn, and just getting just one side. It's actually a decision maker. We don't say a pro side because we want all the kids to jump it too. So, but and end up, doing the turn, just trying to fix the track up and make it better. And my goal was to fix the turn, make the track better. Ended up doing the gate. We did Quentin Pro Start gate in there for safety reasons, and just build on from there. And new concession building and stuff like that. Had more races and stuff, and state races and all that.
So, because there's a lot of people that love tuning in and listening to what track operators and the groups have that really impacts and helps them. So what type of programs do you do at High Springs that you've done that's you guys have saw like a big uptick in new riders? Because that's always like the hot thing, right? Like, what is it that gets new riders there? So over the course of the time that you and your family's been there, has there been like one thing or a few things that you guys have done that's really benefited and you saw like a good result from that?
Basically word of mouth. Word of mouth. Yeah. Getting out there. And like I said, Laura did most of the advertisement, Facebook, doing that out, and basically word of mouth.
Did you guys, and I know Laura's next to you there. Did you guys monetize anything with your your advertising for the track on Facebook? Did you just do it like straight raw right through, just posting it and sharing it in groups and whatnot? Like, what was your approach? I don't mean to put you guys on the spot. It's just literally there's a lot of people that love hearing and knowing this, and we're all about sharing it. But like, what was it that you guys did? Bring Laura in, all right?
Hey, like I said, I'm the guy with the shovel in my hand.
That's all right.
I make sure the track's up and going and looking good and all that stuff.
That's fine.
And then and then helping the kids out around the track and all that stuff. And
sure.
Making sure it's done right, and some kids are really, back in the day, our gate was, you guys know it, slams down and scares the kids. Sure. Half the time scares the parents. So I had to coach the kids through not to be scared at the gate, so they would ride the track. So that was what I did the most and everything. And then Laura, my wife.
Welcome to the show, Laura. How are you?
I'm good.
Yeah, and we we were asking. Yeah, thanks for joining us. We were asking, what's been some of the things, and how did you monetize your ads? What did you do so the local word of mouth and it traveled around and brought people to your track? What was that you did?
So we've done a lot of different things, and it's been a challenge. Our challenge is our location. The track is gorgeous. We have beautiful trees. It's lovely, but it is buried way back. You can't see the lights from anywhere. Okay. So you don't just like drive past. So like, I'm always jealous of like Sarasota and Okeechobee because people drive past it and like, oh, what's that? That doesn't happen at our track. So we've done, we do things like, the community Christmas parade. We'll do fairs and festivals and set up tents and things like that. One of the things that we've done here in our town is we have something called Fun for Gator Kids, which is, it's a website and email group and everything else that promotes activities for youth. So we advertise on their page, and we do different promotions like just a couple weeks ago, the skeleton, they call him Captain Morrow. They do a giveaway every day during the month of October, And he came out and we dressed him all up and we took a bunch of pictures of him on the track and we gave away like a free all-inclusive 30-day, right? So we're just using the 30-day membership from USA BMX and giving him some practices and races. So our cost is minimal, but we got a lot of publicity from that, out there. So,
Sure.
I went to school for marketing, so I understand that a lot of it is just constantly being out in front of people. We do things like some of the local restaurants. We have ads in the menus.
Really?
Yes.
Beth's Burger and High Springs, I know.
They do ads on their menus, and it's like $200, so it's relatively inexpensive.
What was the other restaurant? But they actually
Alice's.
Unfortunately, they closed down.
Are you guys like advertising on the like the menu, or is it like in there?
Yeah, literally on the menu.
Oh, okay,
There's
okay.
a picture of a kid, and it says race bikes, highspringsbmx.com, and it's a picture of a kid on on the track.
That's a great idea.
So things like
That's awesome.
That, we focus, so all of our stuff is geared towards attracting families with kids under the age of 10. I want the kids when they're as young as possible before they get into other sports, because not the teenagers can't join. They're obviously welcome. But the younger we can get the kids and get them hooked on BMX, the longer they're going to stick around. I'm sure you've heard this before. BA and those guys will tell you that the turnover in the sport's about 50% a year. And that holds true for, most tracks out there. So you've got to constantly be retaining people. But obviously, if you can get kids when they're younger, you might keep them longer before they get into cars and girls and everything else that comes along
Football,
with being a
cheerleaders.
teenager.
Right. It's a tough one right there.
That's why that Fun for Gator Kids program is great. They'll put out like they do, hey, fall sports now enrolling, and they throw BMX. Well, we're really enrolling all year round, but it just gets the attention out there and things like that. So they've been a great partner. We've leveraged grant programs with our Visitors Bureau and our Sports Commission to do advertising. So when we have like our state races, we actually get grant money to help advertise to bring people in from out of town. Well, if that just so happens, say on Facebook ads or things, to also, so we also advertise for spectators. So we'll target like Ocala, Lake City, the out of our county, but like Lake City is actually closer to High Springs than some places in our own county. So we'll do Facebook advertising that actually we're getting help there. And actually USA BMX has a great ad match program too. So
it is
we
good.
do paid advertisement. But we also do a lot of like where we can do, things in High Springs. They have Pioneer Days. I think it costs like $25 to set up a booth.
So we set up a tent and stuff.
Is that like your hometown days?
Yeah,
Pioneer Days. Okay.
They get the old Western guys
Perfect.
out. And
Okay.
Stuff.
And then local schools usually have career days and stuff. So we'll take the trailer and the tents over there and then show a flyer stuff for the kids. And before we would have state races, our kids were at Kids Works preschool.
We take the rope out rig.
Yeah, and actually when Gus comes in on the state season, we would take the rig over there, and the kids would bring their bikes to school, and we would have a little bike session and stuff.
Nice.
We did that for 3-4 years in a row.
Yeah, get the balance bikers and all.
Okay.
It's kid work,
yeah,
right?
it's just
kid work.
It's hard. I mean, there is probably a million ways to promote the track. The challenge is, for us, and like every track is, most of us are all completely volunteer runs. So we have full-time jobs that, we're working, and you're doing this nights, weekends, and all of your free time in between raising kids and taking care of a household and everything else.
Can I ask this, which is because you guys hit on two things that is so intricate, and it really makes tracks really blossom. You said you have you work with your local tourism and your sports
sports commission.
Sports commissions. Yeah.
Okay. So how was it? How did you guys end up in contact with and working with the sports commission? And then the second part of that is going to be, how did you end up with the tourism? Like, how did it work for you to end up with the sports commission first?
Well, so I actually had it easy because Linda Schledant, who used to kind of do my part of the job before, had those relationships.
Okay.
She was like, hey, just contact this lady, Jolene. And in our county, the sports commission is very supportive. They're pretty cool. They are always looking to bring events in and things like that. So they've been a great partner with the track. So I had it easy. I didn't have to go chase them down. We had that connection, and I've just really worked to foster that relationship and build it. With the Visitors Bureau, it's it's just they have grant applications. So it's it's time. It's just a lot of time consuming, filling out obnoxious proposals, putting this stuff together. The nice thing though is that, there's a lot of data. So you can pull registration reports. USA BMX will send us, like we get a report with all the cities, all the states, the ages of the riders and all that, because that's the stuff that people want to see. They want to see that data. So I've gotten real good at massaging data and, being my daytime job as salesperson, writing things like proposals for grants is not all that different than what I do for a living. So I'm probably a little lucky there.
Yeah, I'm lucky.
Laura, I'm in that category with you, so I get it. And we actually had a great question come in. Did you get that, Damon, or Chris? Did you get the question that came in?
I did.
Okay, I can do it.
You got that one that came in?
Yeah. Let's see where I'm at. Okay. Question for you: how do you keep in new riders, but how do you retain the old riders and keep them coming back to the track?
So the best way to keep riders around for us is to get them involved in the state season. So Florida state season is very unique compared to the rest of the country.
It's not fair. It's not fair.
It probably, but the best thing you can do is get them involved in a series because, you come out to practice, you come out to race, you race the same kids all the time. It gets boring after a while. So we really encourage them to get involved in the season because especially in Florida, you get that fever. Once you get people chasing points, you see it at the nationals, right? These people fly all over the country. They spend insane amounts of money chasing a plastic number plate, right?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
We know
but
nothing.
At the same time, that rabid fan is a great customer because they're going to come out. They're going to practice twice a week. They're going to race every week. So we really encourage them to get involved in the state season. And it's good for them. They get to ride different tracks. They get variety. They race kids their own age
and everything.
Which is better now that we have more riders. But before that was a big challenge. And still certain age groups. And they get to race different kids. And again, it gives them a goal, right? And our season runs October 1st through May. So it's an extremely long season. And then once our state season is over, USA BMX is savvy enough to have put the Gold Cup qualifiers in June, July, August. So basically every month of the year, there is a big race to go travel to. So we try to get them involved in the series.
And I mean, again, it's in your state, right? So just like you had said, I just want to scale back because we're all not as blessed as Florida.
Right.
I spent a week to experience your guys' state championship, and I have to tell you, it's absolutely a different animal there. It's so amazing. Now,
it's totally different than what we got going on up here.
You guys got it. It's next level. So you were saying like series, right? This is a thing you can retain riders on, or series. So if you just take it down a level, do you have series or at your track that, we have I know Nick over in Cape Coral, he does Jersey series, and that might not be his, but I know he does that. That's pretty awesome. And are there certain series that you guys do that you found fruitful that has kept riders coming in to your track that stayed?
So we do a summer series, which is really, I love this because it's Florida and it's 95 degrees. And we do a summer series where they earn a sweatshirt or a jacket. We've done different things, but it's the irony.
During the summer?
So you'll be ready for the winter time.
The irony is always funny. But for example, that series wraps up because during the summer, which is June, we call it June through September, we race on Saturday nights. So we do it select Saturday nights. And then, so now that we're getting into October is when those arrive. And now it's time for sweatshirt season. But the irony just cracks me up. Like, yes, it's 95 degrees. Let's go earn a sweatshirt. We do that because summer is our hardest time to retain riders. Between rainouts and the heat, that is where we lose people and they don't always come back. So that's why we try to do that, to keep them coming, give them something to work towards, because the rest of the time it's, hey, you're earning your local points for state season and things like that. And I think other states can do the same thing. Granted, their series may not be as long, but get them involved in the SQRs, get them involved in the Gold Cup, help them understand that these are places, and like I soft sell it, right? I'm like, hey, you could just go hit these two here and these two here and you'd be qualified. Like, you don't have to do a ton of travel, right?
Well, you don't want to put a lot of stress on them.
It doesn't take long till they get the fever. I mean, when I started racing in 1988, it was March, and we started in Cape Coral, by the way, and all these people were talking about going to the state championship, and we're like, why would you go all the way to Orlando to race? Like, my father thought that was insane. Now, that was 1988. By May of 1989, we were racing the state championship, and by 1990, we were at the NBL Grands. So,
it's funny how that works.
That's how the fever. That's how people get that fever, and that's what you want. You want them to be passionate and involved in working towards a goal, whatever that may be. Maybe it's a regional series you do with some other tracks. There's ways to get creative. Yeah. But you want to keep them working towards something.
And I always tell them, it's just like the biggest thing is just, you want the competition. I get it. You're racing the same people and you're local tracks, and there's sometimes some tracks got bigger motor counts than us, and they end up getting combined with smaller kids or faster kids. But I always say chase the rabbit. It's the only way you're going to make you faster.
Right.
Then you can do that. And when you start to go race series and stuff, you'll see the difference, and you're racing your own class and stuff. And some of the older guys, the dads have started racing, and with their kids and stuff. And they're like, man, what do I do? And I try to tell them, this is what you need to do, and just go at it, take your time and stuff, and enjoy it, racing with your kids, going to races and everything. BMX is a family event, man. And you see it. Stuff, so.
That's a good point. We've got a lot of the parents racing, and that will keep them coming too, right? Because mom or dad is really into it, and maybe the kids
and they love doing
wax
it.
And weight.
It's like, oh man, I've lost a little weight and stuff, and I've gotten better and stuff like that, and I get it. But it's awesome, and I'm glad to see that. I like to see that, and. And the biggest thing is like they want to learn more. What can I do to make my gait better? How do I carry my track speed, John? And I'm always getting give them these little tips and stuff like that and stuff, so they make them a little better.
I like it. So we have a few questions that were sent in. All right. So we have them that come in the chat, and then we have those that are kind of sent in ahead of time. So one of the first ones, and then Chris will take the question right after this one, is we through the rumor mill, which in BMX it's rumor mills run deep.
So you can.
We know you're big on using Snapchat. All right. And we got to know, John, is it true that you and Drake Velador had a streak of almost 1,000 Snapchats?
Oh, yeah. We started the Snapchat in Louisville, Kentucky, and we had it going forever. And I messed up, or something. One of us messed. I can't remember. We messed up. I think I'd messed up and forgot to Snapchat it. And
we lost
the streak and stuff.
Way to go,
But
John.
I had one going, I know, and then we got it going again, and then I got Carter, sorry. I met Carter and Drake's best friend, and they were good friends at the time. And we started, I started streaking with him and his mom. And so his mom, we had a good streak going too. And of course, I messed up.
All right.
I messed up. All right. So Here's another question that came in. So, excluding your family members, who are your 3 favorite BMX riders and why?
Oh, my favorite BMX
Past or
rider.
present?
Yeah, I was going to say past or present.
Cool. I'm gonna start back Boys Town. I'd have to say Eric Root
All right.
was
All right.
one.
Okay. That's
at the
one.
time.
What's
That's
two?
Yeah. Oh God. Middleweight.
Doesn't matter. Any.
Past or present?
God, you guys got me good there. Present would be time was I'd say in the middle would be Darren Houston, and present would probably Tom right now.
Tom.
Yeah.
Tom.
And
Tom.
stuff.
Tom.
Tom Johnson.
Oh.
And stuff. Yeah.
You
Tom
have
Drew
someone
also.
in the chat just hanging on, wishing it was him as a Tom. Tommy Board's like, it better be me.
Oh, Tommy Boy.
All right. Damon has one for you that came in. Damon
Okay, having a hitter like Rowdy
Hauser.
on your team,
Rowdy Hoser.
Hoser on your team, does that motivate you to perform better, or does it put pressure on you,
I tell you what,
or you just want to eat more zebra cakes and chill?
he motivates me. I'll tell you what, because I mean, I don't have pressure. I don't think. I mean, when I see him ride, you know, it's just like, man, I go back to when I was a little kid doing that. So when I see him race and stuff, it motivates me to want to go to do the same thing. And you know, our class, it's not easy.
Ain't no joke.
So, no, it's not. You know, and you got to figure out ways to make things work for you. So by doing sprints, lifting weights, I'm too old to lift weights. I do what I can do. So
Wow.
I'm a person that carries a lot. I try to carry a lot of track speed.
All right.
You know.
Fair enough. And we have one more, Melissa.
All right. What has been the most memorable moment of your BMX career thus far?
My best moment, when Gus Lanzalotta asked me to ride a profile.
Nice.
I like it.
Yeah.
I love my wife, but
That's
that was
separate.
the wedding's a moment too. But you know, when I was a kid, now here's a quick story, and I told Gus when I first rode with profile, is when I was at Boys Town, and they had the first War of Stars there, and you had Stu Thompson, Harry Larry, Greg Hill, the Patterson brothers, Toby Henderson. These guys, you know, and I looked up to these guys when I was growing up. And one day I was like by the announcing tower, and they were announcing the pros. And there was this one skinny guy on the outside, and that's the guy I wanted to be, you know, and he was wearing a profile jersey.
Mm-hmm.
And he was the smallest guy out there. And it was Eric Root. And I said, when I was a young kid, I said, I want to be like him. You know,
Nice.
He's the smallest guy compared to all these guys. Stu Thompson. I mean, these guys were huge. You know,
That's true.
Turk Turner, I think, at the time. You know, he was known to big legs and stuff. And I told Gus when I got on the team, I was like, man, that's, you know, 30, 40 years later, you know, I get to go asked to be on profile. It was like awesome and stuff. So that's my memorable moment.
You got profile tattooed on you yet?
No, I do not have a profile tattoo.
Gus, get him off the team.
I'm not a big tattoo person,
Oh,
but
okay, fair enough.
Are you saying he's not committed, Justin?
Dude, I got a profile tattoo before, like, I bought my second profile crank.
Oh, can't go wrong with them.
I was on the profile cranks when I was a little kid, and I actually, you know, my dad ended up getting some cranks from. We put it on the bikes and stuff. So I mean, it was just one of those things.
What I'm going to do is I'm going to get the owner just to like autograph my leg with a marker, and then I'm going to have it tattooed right over right over the right
Yeah,
over
like,
the.
like I said, I'm not a big tattoo, but I said if I ever got a tattoo, if I went to Hawaii, I was going to get a tattoo, and I was going to get original tattoo. By stick.
Yeah,
So,
the that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Isaiah Topolua, one of the known tattoo artists in Hawaii, did mine, and took 4.5 hours.
That's not a comfortable 4.5 hours, man.
Well, I was not bad at all until maybe the last hour and a half. Then it started kicking in because I had to get it done because we were like leaving 2 days later. So we were in Hawaii for 2 weeks. We were there for Laura's work thing. She was a sales rep, and she won. She was the top salesperson in her group, and she got to go to Hawaii. So we went to.
That's awesome.
I went with her, and we stayed an extra week. And I was like, well, if I'm going to Hawaii, and I did my research and called people and stuff, and I actually Kevin in Hawaii, he's a tattoo artist, is a really cool guy, man, and talked to him a little bit and stuff, and then kind of map my thing out to who I can do it, and ended up Topolua ended up doing it for me. And
where'd you get it done at?
What's that?
Where'd you get it done at? Like on your?
It was in Honolulu.
No, I mean like on you. Where's it at?
Oh, it's on my leg.
Okay, yeah, that's no joke.
I don't know if you can see it, but.
Oh, okay, yeah.
There you go. Holy cow!
I thought it was a
It
badass.
wraps all the way around. Yeah, it wraps all the way around.
That's not a joke,
I should
man.
have sent you guys.
No, it's all right, man. Like that's not a joke, John. Like,
no,
I got a tat that goes into my armpit, which I thought hurt, but like when you get to the back of the thigh, like you have right now,
That hurts.
Yeah.
That's like 10
so
bitches in a bitch boat. That hurts.
Leg. Yeah, wrapped around the leg and stuff, and then it's got a turtle shell on the backside, so it represents Ohana, basically family. There's a lot of stuff on it I would have to explain to you and show you. It's just one of those things up here for another time.
Are you ready for name association?
Oh, I'm always ready.
All right, short word answers only. All right, so we got a list of names of people, and we're just looking for a quick, short answer.
First thing that pops into your brain.
Exactly.
All right, so here we go. You ready?
I'm ready.
All right, here we go. Chad Grace.
Pump.
There you go.
All right, Damon.
Gus. How do you put it?
Just Gus from Profile.
Yeah, whatever. Gus L.
They can't put that man in one word.
All right.
All right, I give you 2 words.
Super awesome.
There you go.
Perfect. Now I got a 2-part one, so we're gonna go first name. The first one is Drew Motley.
Fast cat.
He is too. All right, next one, Tom Johnson.
Ball buster.
All right,
There you go.
Melissa.
How about Tim Holzer?
Tim Holzer, straight shooter.
All right.
Okay, I might screw up this person's last name, but Cody Bartram.
Bertram.
It's like a preview for birthdays.
Cody Bertram.
How do you get that out? It's
master. I'm just gonna say, grill master.
All right.
Malcolm Hadley.
Malcolm Hadley. Thankful for where you put me.
All right.
Miss Alice Bixler.
Legend.
That is perfect answer. All right, Robert Hercules Horn.
Street Fighter.
I love that guy. He's gangster, man. Dude,
he's cut down in body weight. I always tease him. Are we ready? Are we
Dude,
ready for the fight? We're gonna put you in the ring, man.
Has he not lost like a ton of weight, man?
Dude, he is fit. He's ready to go. I always tell him, all right, we ready? We're gonna put you in the lightweight class.
Yeah, man. And just if he's listening, congratulations. Super proud of you. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's time to go to our next part of our show. You ready? It is time for lightning round. like it. Gonna get loose.
Brought to you by.
All right, Lightning Round is brought to you by BrandedPopUps.com. The mission at BrandedPopUps.com is to provide you, the fan, a way to connect with the, what is it? What do you want to say?
Your favorite BMX brand.
But it's more than that.
Yeah.
It's so much more, right?
Well, I mean, like you see guys, let's say a motorcycle dude, and he's into Hondas. He's got a Honda pop-up.
Yeah.
This is your way to get a profile pop-up.
Right.
All Things BMX Show pop-up. SE Racing. He's got so many of them.
Support the brands you love.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's awesome. And
mostly All Things BMX Show.
yeah. And it helps out the brand that you buy. So if you're buying a profile brand, it helps out profile. If you're buying an All Things BMX Show, helps out All Things BMX. We appreciate it. And it's awesome. And here is a really rad thing. I heard, did you hear this yet on the rumor mill? Because BMX has a big rumor mill. Bombshell is the latest company to join.
Are they?
They are.
Nice.
And they have an amazing setup, so make sure you guys check them out. They're the latest company to join Branded Pop-Ups. Make sure you guys check them out. Cool. We have the link in the chat. Go over and look at it, man. It's awesome. And the only problem I ever have when I go on that website is which pop-up would I buy, right?
Yeah. And our buddies over at Gate 9, he's got like 20 of them on
right. Well, but hey, you got profiles. Man, I'm like, Profiles is my company, right?
Right.
So, that's it. Yeah. Hey, I'm letting you know. No Onyx in this house, son. Not happening. Not happening here. We love Onyx, but I love Profile more. All right. We're going to start off lightning round, and what we're looking for is a quick answer, and we move on to the next question. Are you ready?
Bring it on.
All right,
here we go.
So, what's your favorite movie of all time?
I think I said last time we were on the show, Grease.
All right.
Grease, Top Gun.
Yeah, some of these might repeat then.
No, that's all good.
Favorite TV show?
Back in the days, Mork and Mindy, and I would say NCIS now.
Nice.
Mork and Mindy, great one.
Great one.
I'm not old enough to watch NCIS yet.
What's your favorite? I think I know the answer to this one, but what's your favorite snack or junk food?
Oh man, that's going to be tough. So I got a special present for you guys.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. Zebra cakes.
I figured it was either zebra cakes or Pringles.
Right? That's what I thought too. I thought for
Yeah,
sure.
wait, you know what? Before we go to the next question,
that one's for Tom. I'm just throwing it out there. That's
all right.
for Tom.
So
I know you hate to hear about the zebra cakes.
So after when Gus was on, right? Melissa's daughter and her went shopping. Was it the following week?
Following day.
Something like that.
Or the following day.
weekend.
And guess what they came home with?
That's what I said earlier. Everyone in the
Zebra
studio bought
cakes.
I bought some too.
It was so it was funny. All right. Next question. Are you ready?
What was the last thing you Googled?
You know what? It was the video camera you guys were talking about doing on the track. Vemo?
No. No.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Mevo.
Mevo. That's it.
I had to think of the name of it. Mevo.
Yeah.
Nice.
Mevo. Yeah. So that was the last thing I Googled.
All right. Fair enough.
Oh.
Pretty cool cameras.
All right. Favorite city you've ever been to and why?
I'd have to say Hawaii.
All right. Fair enough. I mean, it's not a city, but I'll take it. All right.
Well, Honolulu. I'm sorry.
Anywhere in Hawaii is amazing.
Dude, I'm not arguing. It's like when we went on the cruise and someone's like, what was the best city you went to? I'd be like, the boat.
The boat.
The boat. All right.
Floating city.
Yeah,
Chris.
it's a city in itself.
It was. All right. John, what is your favorite frame material, be it chromoly, aluminum, carbon fiber?
Last time I said I know I got in trouble, I said chromoly.
All right.
There you go.
It's not getting it.
But, I mean, their aluminum's awesome, too. So
Okay.
All right, I'm switching this one up.
Take it away.
bring
Favorite ice cream topping?
Ooh.
Oh, I would have to say Hershey's.
Good choice.
Okay, nice.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you got to try Sanders hot chocolate. It's a Michigan thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Chris, you got the next one.
Chris will send you a jar.
Yeah,
It's only fair.
yeah.
Send them
I
to
brought
Jerkers.
it up, I guess, didn't I? So, if you had not done BMX, what do you think you would be involved in?
Well, I said skateboarding last time,
Right.
so I had to think about. You guys have me thinking about it. So if it wasn't BMX, I'd be still turning wrenches probably.
Okay.
Okay. Now this is a cool one. Sweet or salty?
Oh, sweet every day.
All right.
Wait, I have a question for you. Somebody in the chat mentioned, what about Pringles at your wedding? You had like Pringles for everybody at your wedding?
Yes, we had the small cans of Pringles at the tables with flowers and some other stuff. So each person had it was a party favor.
Oh, that was pretty sweet.
Oh,
is
that's
cool.
awesome.
Justin, you got to step your game up.
Easy.
And most people didn't know at the wedding when I was dancing, I did the worm.
Nice.
Oh, we need video.
I'm not.
Oh no. There is video, but
Oh, we need video of
stay
that.
out of that one.
All right.
Anyone that shows up at our wedding, I already have what's called a stingray. Sets in the other room. No one's cell phone's gonna work at Melissa and I's wedding. Y'all be in there like, what's the Wi-Fi password? Listen, it ain't working because JT's gonna try to do the worm and not get a concussion.
None of that will be happening at all.
All right, Melissa, what's the next one?
All right, I'm switching this up again. Favorite type of candy?
I'd say Snickers because
That's
was
my
nickname.
dude.
Yep.
That's a good choice.
That's how I got the nickname.
All right.
All right, what is your favorite guilty pleasure?
I'd have to say ice cream.
Okay.
That's
good.
my guy right there. It's
All
all
right.
about the ice cream.
Damon, you got the next one.
Yeah. Instagram or Facebook?
Facebook.
Apple or Android? I know the answer.
Oh, you know that question. Android. all
I'm
day.
so sorry for you.
Don't be
Melissa.
sorry. Android's rule.
What talent do you wish you had now that you've had some time to think about it?
Oh wow. I would say play a musical instrument too.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah.
You know what no one's ever answered, just for the record?
What?
Tap dancing.
That's true. That is very true.
Chris, next
How would
question.
you even think of that?
Next question, Chris.
Mine would be X-rated anyway. Nobody's ever said that either.
Yeah.
All right, we'll leave that one alone. Okay, flats or clips?
Flats.
Ah, dog.
Okay.
That's it.
What's the one thing people are genuinely surprised to find out about you?
Ugh.
That you shave your
I'd
head.
say when they look at me like you race a bicycle.
Yeah, that happens.
Yep.
That happens to all the men in this room.
It's a
It
common
does.
denominator.
Basically, they look at me and go, "Are you racing a bicycle?"
Right.
So-
You pedal.
Yeah, and then when you
Yeah.
tell them it's a little bicycle, they even
Oh yeah, but that little thing? Are you crazy? Over a jump?
yeah.
Yeah.
Right,
That's-
exactly.
I get that like at work because I have some trophies in my office at work. People are like, "What? Are these your
Yeah,
kids' trophies?"
just some trophies, whatever, Chris.
Exactly.
I'm gonna throw your ass under the bus one night with some pictures I took at your office, bro.
Oh no.
This dude's got like a Taj Mahal. All right, next one.
What was your first job? Paying job?
So I'd say my first paying job was when I was a pizza. I worked at the pizza place in Archer.
Did you deliver?
Okay.
No, we just made pizza.
You just made them? That's like an instant
Yeah.
promotion, dude. I had to work my way up from delivering. Good on you, bro.
No. There's it's called Casey's Cafe in Archer, and me and my best friend, we were the two cooks that make pizza, and they would pick them up and we'd do it up, man. So
Nice.
that was my first good paying job, other than throwing watermelons and working on the farm and stuff.
Did you put extra oregano on the pizzas?
I'll put anything anybody wants on it.
Whatever they want, man. That's you got to follow what's on that Gus ticket.
Hey, if they order that special seasoning, extra oregano,
There you go.
off
Chris.
menu, it's good to go.
All right, last question, my friend.
Okay,
got it.
John. Think about this really hard.
Oh shit.
What is your favorite live streaming Wednesday night BMX show?
Oh, you guys all day long.
Yeah, my man. All right. John, I appreciate it. We're so happy that you could join us. We want you to hang out, but I understand if you have to leave, you can take off. We're gonna go into the newsmaker segment and do our trivia and showcase and so on. And hopefully you can hang out with us. And if you can't, we understand.
Oh, yeah.
All right. And right now we're going to move into our next set of commercials, ladies and gentlemen, and we'll be right back after our next set of commercials. You guys don't go anywhere. Damon, take us out. What in the... What? Yeehaw! Oh, my... All right, I got to get out of here. All right, and we are back. DJ Damon, thank you for taking us in and out of commercial break. We appreciate it.
Going back to something you're more familiar with.
That's my stuff right there. There it is. All right, all right.
What is that?
That was Zap. More bounce to the ounce, man.
More bounce in the ounce, son.
Come on, Chris.
Sorry, I don't.
More bounce.
Dude, don't worry, Chris. We're gonna play it at the next your company's next Christmas party, okay?
All right.
More bounce.
Chris, did you ever watch the movie Friday?
No, I don't. No, I have not seen that.
You don't know about Big Worm?
You don't know Big Worm?
No, I'm sorry.
You don't know nothing about getting in the chicken coop?
Nope.
Oh, Chris.
Hey, I watched Anchorman.
Yeah, it only took you a year and a half.
Yeah, that's about 2 hours. I'm not getting back.
Do you realize that Friday was done in 1994, and it?
No.
Yeah, it was one of the last movies that was on VHS.
Is it okay?
Yeah, it was.
So what I'm saying, Chris,
So is that something I
get
need
your
to look
ass
up
to the
on?
last Blockbuster that ain't open anymore and rent it, okay?
All right.
All
No,
right.
better yet, we're going to put a sound system in Chris's Jeep.
Ooh, let's lace that thing with a 18s.
Yes.
18.
And just put a bunch of gangster-ass hip-hop on
Oh,
repeat.
man. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the BMX Newsmaker segment. It's brought to you by our good friends over...
I guess if somebody's going to do that, you two guys have at it.
No,
all right?
we'll try,
we're
dude.
going to do it to your Jeep.
I know.
And we're going to break the volume knob off so you can't turn it down.
Oh, man. It's, yeah. As they said, more bounce to the ounce. It's time for Newsmaker segment. It's brought to you by 110 Nutrition. We're going to get the link in there for you, Chris. Let them know what's going on over at Dye Job Apparel.
Okay, so check this out, guys. Old school guys, check this out. Dye Job Apparel is doing special custom grip donuts.
Do you know what those are, Chris?
Yes, I've had them.
How many pairs in your lifetime?
In my lifetime, probably like 4.
Did you go with the fat or skinny ones?
The skinny ones, like the ones Sean has here.
Okay. All right,
Yeah,
fair enough.
the fat ones came later, and I wasn't that hot
All right.
on them. But yeah, I had those when they come out back in the day.
On your Amy grips?
Yep. Yeah, Amy tries.
There you go.
Yep.
The only grips that matter.
Yep. Well,
Back then.
I also had the Oakley F1.
I forgot about Oakley's. Yeah.
Yeah, the ones where they get the 2 colors.
Yeah.
And you had donuts on them.
Yes.
So here's what's
Those
funny.
Oakleys come with donuts?
Here's what's funny. You can't afford the F1 grips now, but you can afford the donuts.
That's sure, for sure, for sure.
And
Very
you-
true. Hey,
You literally could get John Pringle's face on the donuts.
I was going to say that you can get your custom logo, your picture, whatever you want. Get a hold of Sean over at Dye Job Apparel, and they're running a special right now.
Mm-hmm.
If you order 10 of them, they're going to waive the setup and the art fees. So
and
check that out.
It is not that expensive to get that done. All right.
Can we put profile on them?
You can put profile on them, or you can put John Pringle profile on them.
Hashtag be like Pringle.
You could put
There
it
you
right
go.
around the donut. All right.
So
And
just go Facebook.
Go over.
Just go on Facebook and search Dye Job Apparel.
the link's in the chat.
How about John eating a Pringle on the donuts?
John eating a Pringle.
Or zebra cake.
Wait,
There we go.
Ooh, zebra cake.
hey John, what's your favorite flavor of the Pringles?
Zebra cakes.
Man, original,
Salt and
original, baby. Original, man.
Original.
Attaboy.
You are the original.
All right, our next news.
Gus tells people I'm part owner of Pringles, but I keep telling them I'm not.
No royalties coming from you, right?
Right.
So Sean says that he'll do 1 pair or 20 pairs.
1 pair or 20 pairs. Very nice.
Oh, yeah. So you can do a
No minimum.
one off
Or a 20.
As many as you want.
Sean, I'm going to get with you after the show. I'm going to get my John Pringle donuts.
He could print them and make them look like the chip.
What about a John Pringle and Al Roybal Pringle
Yeah.
I
donut?
love Al Roybal.
All right.
Hey, perfect. You could get John eating Pringles and you could have Roybal eating a donut.
Perfect. All right. Our next bit of newsmaker segment. Now that we've run off, we got to talk about our friends over at the Capital City BMX. But not that Capital City. We're talking Capital City over in Lansing. It's Capital
Michigan.
City Family BMX. They've got their Halloween race and Pit or Treat. All right, so Pit or Treat.
I like
guys
that.
come out and hang out. Registration is going to run 2 to 2:30 because it gets dark here in the Midwest a little bit earlier than most.
When?
October 29th.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Look, dude.
Keep going, son. I didn't mean to mess up your flow.
Son of All right. Let me start over.
You're going to be so glad.
$13 for class or cruiser. This is going on, man. $6 balance bikes. Make sure you guys come out. It's going to be a good time. Look, bring your costume. All right? Dress up as best as you can as Chris. All right? We're going to double down on whatever they give away. And ATB is going to double down what they give away for the costume contest right now. Right now. As long as the winner is the person that looks like Chris. All right. So if you're going to head out there,
sorry looking people over there.
make sure you dress up as Chris with a mustache. All right. Decorate your pit area, bring candy. And here's a cool thing, man. This is what makes it a lot of fun. Decorate your pit area. So bring your tent and decorate it up and let's get freaky. All right. So we're going to put the link in there. And again, if the winner of the costume contest is dressed as Chris from the All Things BMX Show, we'll double whatever they're giving away. I don't know,
Dude.
As long as it's not money, I got
Yeah,
it.
money
All
ain't
right.
happening.
So we got our next little bit of news coming in for you right now.
JD Cycle Supply still has a job opening in Southern Florida.
Isn't that crazy, dude?
I can't believe it.
Guys, got to check this out.
Right.
Move to Florida.
Chris, can I borrow your helicopter? I'm going to fly back and forth every day to Florida.
Just
Right.
back and forth.
Just back and forth.
You better get a jet.
Yeah, I think you want to jet that one, dude.
You don't have a jet engine on your helicopter?
No.
Oh,
no.
man.
Don't
Damn.
even have a helicopter.
Chris. all right,
How do I
whatever.
get this job? dude?
Okay, anyway. JD Cycles is looking for an in-house sales rep. If you dream about being in the BMX industry, here's your chance. You got to live located in South Florida. Job is Monday through Friday, 9 to 5. Good hourly rates, fun environment. Contact Jeff DeVito through Facebook or email, and that's at jeff@jdcyclesupplies.com.
Links in the chat.
Yeah.
Check that out, guys.
All
This
right.
is your chance to work in the BMX industry.
I would
Man.
never come home with a paycheck.
You could sell in to BMX. Okay.
That's true.
All right, Melissa, let them know what's going on at our friends.
All right, it's returned. It's that time of the year again. It's going to be the 2022 Who's Bad Classic at Toledo Speedway BMX. This is their year-end double point race being held on October 29th. Registration is going to be from 9 to 10:30. However, their online pre-sign is open now. So they're bringing back the Who's Bad Opens. The winner of each group will receive a big trophy as well as a free 1-year USA BMX membership. All Ages Money Open is happening, sponsored by our good friends at BMX Rocks, and so many more sponsors to come. There's at least a guaranteed purse of $100 for each of the open classes. They're doing lots of special events, a chili cook-off with trophies, pumpkin carving with trophies, costume contest with trophies, trunk or treat, lots of raffle items, and then they're also doing their year-end Rider Awards. So that sounds like an awesome time.
Mm-hmm.
Ironically, it is the first race that Justin took me to 4 years ago. When we started dating again. Yeah, we had a couple of dates, and then he was like, "Hey, I'm gonna go race this thing. You want to come with me?"
And she said, "Yes, I will."
I said, "Oh God, I remember that from the first time we dated." But yeah, sure, let's go. And
look where you are now.
Look where I am now.
You're on a show every week.
Actually, he did a lot more park riding when we dated the first time. So the racing wasn't.
Yeah, bitches, I did ride park.
You did.
4
all over.
years
I drove
later.
you all over the place then too.
It's because my ass was broke all the time, like broke off.
We were down in. We went to Sandusky. Sorry, side note. This weekend. And we're driving along. He's like, "Oh, you remember that skate park we used to go to over there? You took me to a couple times." And I was like, "No." Well, yeah, kinda. Yeah, we just
the best was when we went to Scrap. So those of you guys listening, you'll know what Scrap is. So it was a skate park in Hoffman Estates, Illinois, and it's like one of those bucket list like raises for a lot of people now. So, I went out and. Melissa didn't live in Michigan, so like that was the thing when we dated 21 years ago. So I went out and we're hanging out, and I'm like, "We're going there. We're going." She's like, "All right, cool." And I got a shitbox car, so I got to convince her to drive me in her Saturn. So we go to the park, and it is like the most epic park. Anyone that knows, and I go in. And I'm like, "Man, got my girl with me. I got show up." So I like flow around the park.
I got a lot then during that time.
Well, at the time I really was pretty decent at riding park.
Were.
So like I fire off some tricks, and then, dude, I go to do
What bike were you on doing the tricks?
I was actually on a Josh Stricker S&M, the powder blue one. It was a beautiful bike. So I go up and I go to do an ice pick stall, and my peg slides off. And I fall, and I swore to God I broke my fucking leg, dude. Because I had a bruise that went from my hip to my kneecap, and the best was like it was 15. Well, it technically was like 23 minutes of riding because I spent 15 minutes stretching because I was old as shit then. But
you were not old as shit. You're old as shit now. You weren't old as shit then.
But even then, I knew to stretch, and so I fell, and dude, I got a bruise completely up my thigh, and I remember calling my buddy. And I'm like, "Man, I finally rode Scrap." And he's like, "What happened?" I'm like, "I think I broke my leg. We're going to the urgent care to get it looked at."
Oh, no.
And it's a great time. So, all right, our next bit of news. Thank you guys for bearing with us.
Sorry, side note.
Going down memory lane, ladies and gentlemen.
How was the pump track down in Sandusky?
Dude,
was
so let me
awesome.
tell you what, like our previous guest, Tom Ritz and oh my God, I'm drawing a blank.
Love Tom.
Yeah, but the guy that built your track.
Horn.
Mitch Horn, Mitch and Tom did the track in Sandusky.
Oh, sweet.
Dude.
It's got to be cool.
3 things that make it amazing. First thing, goddamn Pump Track USA built it. Second thing, you have to ride it to understand what I'm going to tell you. It's a super tight, fast pump track, but at the same time, it's like a racetrack. That's the best I can tell you.
Really?
And I mean, I had to get pried off that thing until like literally my legs were at failure.
So it was like when you were a kid, Melissa's like, "Okay, Justin, it's time to go home."
Yeah, but I didn't fall. That was the best part. So, and she didn't have to take me to urgent care because I thought I broke my leg. So,
right.
But it's awesome. And the third part is when you're there, you look over at what's the amusement park? Cedar Point. So like you can like look, if you're taking a break. And if you're old like me, you take many. You look over and you can just see people falling from the demon drop or whatever the ride or roller coasters. So it's really if you guys are going to Rays or you're in that area, stop there. It's awesome.
Sounds cool.
It's not a paid endorsement, by the way.
Looks like Chris Allen wants to be you for Halloween.
Oh, jeez. No, don't do it, Chris.
Oh man!
All right, so,
Justin, what else we got going?
All right, next thing is Rider Appreciation Night at Waterford Oaks BMX, man.
Yeah, buddy.
Here's the thing. They found the info at All Things BMX Show email box,
they
man.
did.
And I got to say thank you, guys. The Waterford crew, they're going to go out, and they got one more. They're trying to get one more race in before their rebuild. And if you guys have been following along, and if you haven't, I recommend you guys follow Waterford Oaks BMX right now because
on Facebook,
dude, it's going to be, the rebuild's going to be epic. It's going to be massive.
Sounds so cool.
Chris is more excited than he was when he didn't go to the Wu-Tang concert. So this Friday night, they got lights out there. They tow them in, man. It's crazy.
Yeah.
But it's Rider Appreciation Night. All right. So super cheap night, and registration starts at 6, runs till 7, and they're going to kick off the racing ASAP. So here's what's happening. If you're going to race, it's only $5 to race. And if you're one of the beginner league riders that they've put through, it's free. And the push bike races, dude, if you're doing push bike races, here's the hook. Make sure you pay attention. Push bike races are only $1. All right. Now they're not going to run any ribbons or trophies this week because it's the last race they're doing before they do the rebuild, which is okay. We're doing it for the glory.
That's why the entry fees are low.
They're super cheap. No trophies. Now, here's where it gets super fun, ladies and gentlemen.
Pay attention, boys and girls.
Have you ever thought about doing adult push bike racing?
All the time.
Yeah.
No, I have not.
I do.
But
Yeah.
I think what would be a great idea? Let's take pedals.
Let's
How about a Strider World Championship?
Strider World Championship. I can't use that name because I don't want to get sued. So we're talking
sure.
about the adults push bike race.
Well, hey, did you get that picture I sent you?
I did, but I can't use but this I can't use that name. So here's the thing. Waterford is bringing you adult push bike racing. And here's what's going to happen. So they're going to do round 2 of adult push bike racing this Friday under the lights. Ladies and gentlemen, make sure you are there if you can be there. And the gauntlet has been thrown down.
I was going to say,
by the local legend himself. Justin Warriors says, look, if you can beat me, he will personally buy you a limited edition Waterford Oaks BMX hoodie. If you're asking, how do you race?
I wonder if I should break out the Strider and go down there and defend my title.
You have to go up. But
oh, sorry. Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
you
Waterford
ain't got
Oaks,
enough time
Michigan.
to. Here's the thing: if you come up here for that race, you can hang out with me and we can share driving time down to where you're at. Okay.
There you go.
Justin Warriors said, "Look, ladies and gentlemen, if you can beat Justin Warriors, he will buy you the limited edition Waterford Oaks BMX hoodie." And how do you do
Justin. Okay, I thought it was Jason. It's Justin. Okay.
it? Read the goddamn screen.
I was.
Well, he never
I
said.
will shut that son of a.
Here's the thing. He never said we couldn't bring in a ringer. So, come on up, Pringle.
Dude, you know who we need to get as a ringer?
He just laid it down, man.
We need to bring up the tag team right now. Pringle and the Donut Man himself.
You know, Al Royable knows all about it.
He does.
2 title.
Wow. So here's what you guys need. All you need to do, take your pedals off your bike, put a helmet on. That's it. No ribbons, race, no fuss. We're going all out, balls out. It's going to be a good time. $5 to race. Maximum amount of fun allowed by law in Oakland County. And if you've ever been to Oakland County, you can streak in Oakland County and not get arrested, ladies and gentlemen.
Rumor has it.
Sounds like it's going to be fun.
And
It'll be fun.
do you want to know how much fun it is? Let's take a look at last week's race right now.
Can I pick your guys' gate?
Sure.
I want to pick the gate.
everybody had to raise their seatbelts up for this.
There's like nowhere to put your feet.
It's not some. Hey, here it is. Point of view right
Oh,
here.
there you go. There you go. Hey, dude,
Wait, so is it a pump race?
Do what you do, Chris.
you start going and you.
This is Eat Heart.
How you doing?
Who's this one? GoPro.
That's
Pat.
bad.
Pat love.
And the announcer just passed him. That's bad.
This is like Josh.
He has a skull at home.
Now my wife's getting ideas.
Hey, that's what we love to do here.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, this Friday, Waterford Oaks BMX. And look, hey, I got to give credit to where credit's due. That video is brought to you by the super fast Waterford Oaks BMX Legend Local and social media manager. Man, that's such a big title. Pat Welch. Thank you, Pat, for sending that over to us. We're going to put the link in for this week, Friday night, Under the Lights race. Man, you guys go. And if you guys want to, please steal that idea. That's what we're all about here.
And
It's flattering, man.
I'll see you
Look
guys out
good.
there. I'm gonna head out there Friday night.
You going Friday?
Yep. I'll
doing
be Carbon Cartel tent.
You're going to be under the Carbone Cartel.
Yep.
All right. Are you going to do the adult push bike race?
You know, probably not.
What the? Don't go then.
Wait, can I do it on a cruiser?
Yeah, there's no. Just take the pedals off, dude.
Hey, it's open wheels, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
dude. Come
All
on,
right,
man.
I'll set up my cruiser then. Yeah,
Right.
I'll do it.
Like just go, man. Just go. All right. I gotta turn that one
I
off.
just don't want to. Yeah. Anyway. Yeah.
What?
So yeah. No, I don't want to have to tear apart a bike while I'm there. I'll do it before and just bring it with me then.
Take 2 bikes with you.
Well, it's time to tear that bike apart anyway, Chris. It's time for your new. It's time
Just
for your
getting
new
there.
build.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. You know what time it is right now? If Newsmaker's done,
Hey, if your track or whoops.
it's time. I said, what time is it for, Chris?
Pay attention, Chris.
It's trivia time.
It's time for Miss Melissa's world famous trivia question, brought to you by Bombshell. Oh, I took your part.
These things happen.
Sorry, dude. I thought
Wolf
that's what you.
drinking tonight.
Thought it was the guy on the right or left. All right, Melissa, how's it going this evening?
Oh, it's off the rails.
How's the
that's
chat
for
been?
Sure. Busy.
It's been super busy. Yeah.
Lighten it up.
Busy.
All right, what do we have going?
All right. There's some new stickers in the sticker pack.
Oh,
Thank
looks like
you.
there's
So
some
that's going
profile
on. Thank you to
stickers in there.
Profile and what else? Gosh, there's Bombshell stuff. There's new stuff from Dye Job in there. I got
Oh,
answer number plate coming to the winner,
nice.
and courtesy of Profile. No, sorry, this is a High Springs BMX T-shirt from John. And I love the
I love the back of
on the
this.
back.
Mhm.
So it starts with the bike and it goes into life is all about balance.
I like
So,
that.
Yeah, this is an awesome
buddy.
T-shirt. Yeah.
Nice.
Put that over there, and then your T-Bone supply backpack there. This will be an interesting question. Kind of plays off. I don't know if anybody knows us well enough to know this, but I want to know what city I was living in. Well, I know what city I was living in, but do you know what city I was living in when Justin and I first started dating in 2002?
Yes.
Oh, I know.
I
In
know.
Wait, don't answer yet.
In honor of our anniversary, what city was I living in?
That's a good question.
Yeah, and it wasn't my hometown. I'll give you that one.
Honey, that's where we live right now.
I know.
But we do not live in the, where's your parents
Place.
live? It's over in the,
In their neighborhood?
now what's the
country
neighborhood?
club.
The country club.
And we don't live in
We
the
don't
country
live.
club,
Country
no.
club.
We don't live
We
in
don't
the
live in the
country
Hartland
club.
Country Club.
All
To
right.
go to the country club.
Yes.
Chris, let them know
All
what's
right.
going on.
Next week, we are going to be off.
We are.
Yep.
We will be off.
So everybody's
We're
going to
off
have to watch
every week, but
But
Everybody's going to have to watch YouTube or replays or something.
if I have enough time,
All
and
right.
you know what? I could just simply post a replay. That's it. I don't need all this fancy shit.
maybe.
Now it's time for our showcase segment.
Showcase.
All right, this week's BMX Showcase is brought to you by our good friends at Answer BMX. If you guys haven't done it, make sure you guys get over there and check out Answer BMX. All right.
They always have the answer.
They have
Sorry.
what the they have the answer.
Just read.
All right, fair
All
enough.
right. So, first thing coming up on the showcase.
Mm-hmm.
Are you ready, son?
I'm getting there.
All right.
Here we go.
We're going to check out the Dirty Knobs podcast. So these are our friends over here. We got Hollywood Mike Miranda, Eric Carter, and James Vicente are your hosts for the Dirty Knobs podcast, which you can check out anywhere you download your podcast from.
Do you
they've
understand
got-
what's happening in the next episode, Chris?
I do now. I did not know that, actually. Somebody's got a little inside information here.
Oh, man.
So you guys got to check this out. They do a lot of old school riders, and they talk about things that went on back in the day. And the next one that's going to drop this coming Sunday, the 23rd, is going to be Greg Hill and Stu Thompson together on the
Dude,
same.
it's huge.
This is going to be sweet. You know,
Yeah, man.
so check that out. They also the last one they did was Charles Townsend. See, before that we had Sherry Elliott. So check them out. They drop a new one every other Sunday. So go check out Hollywood Mike Miranda and his Dirty Knobs over there at the Dirty Knobs podcast show.
All right, next up.
All right, this is we're here to talk about the Moms Talk BMX podcast. Their most recent episode was with Lindsay Long, kind of talking about how the BMX life on the road was with her and her husband Nick Long. Vote for Pro of the Year. Nick and Lindsay have been hosting lots of different training sessions all over all tracks and all over the United States. So catch up with her and kind of hear what's going on.
It's a good one. Go check it out.
Follow them on Facebook.
Yeah. Vote
And they
Nick.
kicked our track last year.
Yeah. Vote Nick Long. Pro of the Year.
Pro of the Year.
Hey, Chris, who are you going to vote for in Pro of the Year? You say anyone with Nick Long, and you might get shot.
It might be the new team manager for Haro.
That's right, the new team manager of Haro.
Nick Long.
Nick Long. All right, ladies and gentlemen.
Slick. These guys, I'm telling you.
Next to the
I don't
showcase.
know How we.
I don't know.
They're so
Justin,
crazy.
what's
We
next,
do it
son?
every week. Beer Budget BMX Show. The Beer Budget BMX Show is the only
hold
live
on,
stream.
Hold on, I don't want to hear this.
Oh, you do. It's like a half a paragraph this
I know,
week,
I
honey.
read it already.
All right. Shit, I got to start over, dude. All right.
So sorry. Okay.
It's so good. It's so good this
It's
week.
not, though.
BMX's only live streaming open forum show straight out of California. They're bringing you the hot topics, news, teams, tracks, and riders and gossip and shit talking that happens in BMX. Do they have a new show layout? Yes, they do. Did they steal it from Oakland Stadium? Yes, they did. Ladies and gentlemen, when you think Beer Budget BMX, what do you think of? Don't answer that question. Let me tell you what you should be thinking of.
Tell us.
And if
Justin.
you act now by reserving your spot for this Saturday's show, which will definitely be late, you will be guaranteed to a life-changing experience. Brought to you by the Thunder Midget himself, Rick Carter, as he does his best D-Generation X WWE wrestler impersonation during the show. If that isn't enough, Chris, let me tell you what is going to happen. You will also be treated to the other half of the Beer Budget BMX Show. Homie Mike, as he sits and stares and judges Rick and just shakes his head.
Kind of like me.
Kind of like Melissa does. But I'm going to tell you what, there is more. Are you ready? Act now. Are you ready? If you act
1995?
If you act now, here's what's going to happen, ladies and gentlemen. Rick is going to do the show shirtless, and he'll be doing random crotch chops during the entire show. If you're a wrestling fan, you know what all I just said was. Ladies and gentlemen, don't miss out for this Saturday's Beer Budget BMX Show! Rick, that took a lot for me to do that one, buddy. That took a lot. Jesus, Damon.
There's no way in the hell I can top that. There is no way in hell I can top
There's
that.
no intention for you.
I'm glad you're next, Damon.
Okay.
Gotta bring the rock.
All right, here we go. Lane 8 Podcast. That's right, Lane 8
It's a
Podcast.
rough one here.
Make sure you check out Lane 8 Podcast this week with the People's Champ, Kyle Evans. That's Lane 8 Podcast, brought to you by Todd Wilson. The link will be in the chat. That's all I can say. I can't hype it up like Justin. When I try to hype it up like Justin, I have girls, tassels up on the stage and shit like that. So.
It happened.
This was on the stage.
Hey, Chris,
Wait till your
why don't
Christmas
you
party, Chris.
why don't you let them know what's going on, bud?
All right, so check this out. Boss Man Racing Vlog. So this is a new thing. We just started talking about this a few weeks ago. He's got new episodes training for the USA BMX Grands 2022 Race of Champions. Boss Man Racing's vlog is hosted by Maurice Adams. He has video on everything from races to training tips. We're going to drop a link in the chat so you can go over to his YouTube channel and check that out. And if you have a podcast, a live streaming show, a zine, and anything BMX related in any type of media, get a hold of us at our email, info@allthingsbmxshow.com, and we will feature it in our showcase.
All right, you got a winner yet, Melissa?
I haven't gone back to look. I was just distracted by all the shit that was in your chin in that photo.
Oh, you mean this one?
Yeah.
All those
I'm
piercings?
curious if anybody. Yeah. First off,
dude.
that awful beard thing.
That's a
Goat.
goatee, man.
Whatever.
It was called a flavor saver back then, honey.
It was never,
Oh my
it was
God.
never my favorite.
PG.
Dude.
What year was that?
Must have been 2002.
Yeah. You know who was huge then? Limp Bizkit.
2002, 2003.
Yeah.
I think that you broke my heart in 03.
It doesn't. You lie. You lie. You lie.
No, I don't lie. Anyways, I do believe that.
Hang on. One more time.
That where's that
Happy
other
anniversary.
photo from?
On the cruise.
Oh, I guess so.
This one?
Yeah,
Right here.
yeah.
Yeah, lower right one.
That
Yeah.
was on the cruise.
Yeah,
I think so.
Okay. I didn't think you had any cruise photos.
There was one when I smiled. I think
Oh.
it was that one.
Oh, that might have been why.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
smiled.
I do believe that
We believe.
Mike Miller. Yeah,
We believe.
loosely.
So if somebody else is ahead of this person, we're sorry.
I don't have
Hey,
any.
Hey, let's put it this way.
Timestamps.
It's all right.
All things are final when Melissa says go.
As far as I can tell, Mike Miller was the one. Even though he question marked it, he did get the right answer. I did live in Chicago. at
Mike
the
got that?
time. Yeah.
Chi-town.
Dedicated listener,
And
son.
then second round goes to Sean Gifford because he's like, damn it, I know it was Chicagoland. So, yeah, I actually lived in Evanston, Illinois for a very brief time. I met Justin and then I was moving. So,
Yeah.
technically, I lived in Chicago at the time.
Here's the thing. Do you
So we
remember?
made many trips out
Do you
there.
remember the
Right.
intersection you lived on? Because I do.
Are you talking about the intersection or are you talking about the expressway exit
Nope.
that you needed to
The
get off?
intersection.
I don't.
2E in Maine. Go ahead, get
It
on
was
Google
Tui?
Maps.
Are you
It was
sure?
Yeah, it was
Because
Tui. Do I?
I know
because
we
I had
had
to
to
park
get-
9 blocks away because it was the place that was
Well, I
fucking
know
free.
you got off on Tui, but
Yeah, you got a Tui, but you lived at the corner of Tui and Main. It was it used to be called Hotel Evanston,
Yes, that is true.
and
I did
your
live in a
goddamn
hotel.
elevator was broke when you
It
moved
was
out.
a postage stamp. It was a studio apartment. You pretty much everything was in obviously one room studio. Tiny
Oh, it
little
was
bathroom.
so tiny.
Little itty bitty.
How it
Oh.
was.
Well, it was her. She didn't even nothing big.
But there was a restaurant on the first floor that had the best tomato soup I've ever had in my entire life.
And we never ate there because
Well,
she
I
took me.
did, but-
She took me to a vegan restaurant.
Vegan.
You know what? Some people try to culture you.
She cultured me when she
I
took.
didn't know it was a vegan restaurant.
Neither-
You know
we didn't.
that.
It ain't nothing cultural about vegan.
Google
No.
didn't exist
But
then.
we ended up going to this really fancy restaurant.
We were map questing
And
shit
we're like
back
looking
then.
it up, and we go to this really fancy restaurant. My dipshit ass, but I got a Chicago Cubs hat on, but it had all these spikes in it. And I walk in, and they're like, I had a
Don't
collar.
tell-
Thank God I had a collared shirt on for some reason, which I never had. And if I did have a collared shirt on at this time in my life, typically the sleeves were ripped off, but this one wasn't. Yeah, think Ricky Vaughn. Anyway, we go.
Were you showing your guns?
I didn't have them.
Yeah.
I rode park
The
back
sun
then.
was out all the time.
Yeah, it was just
We
here
were
it is,
sleep-
ladies and gentlemen.
Ricky,
so,
we wear sleeves in this.
so they
league.
take us and they sit us down, and we're
He's like,
I don't understand
what's
what's
tofu.
I don't. No, this was the other place. The
Oh.
was it Jason's or Conrad's, the really fancy restaurant. There were like 7 of them. One was in Washington D.C. One
Oh, that's
Well,
Oh, you was really trying to put some
Conrad's.
culture in them.
Yeah. So it was her idea, not mine. So
That's what I'm saying.
that
here's-
wasn't the vegan restaurant.
here was this wasn't the vegan restaurant. But here's what happens. They're like, "What would you like to drink, sir?" I'm like, "Beer," because dude, I'm so uncultured at this point in my life. They're like, "Okay, they start talking Pilsner or something." I'm like, dude, Miller Lite. And they bring it out and they're like, they set the cup down or a glass. And I'm sorry, like, and the bottle. And I'm like, thank you. Just totally Duran. Like, just take the bottle. And then we're like eating, and this dude keeps popping out of goddamn nowhere, sweeping the table off and filling my glass of water. And the entire time I'm worried, like,
Yep.
am I gonna cap this dude? I don't know where he's coming from.
Just sweeps in.
It was
from
the first
side.
7-course meal I ever had. It was the first time I ever been cultured in my whole life. So, but the vegan restaurant was like across the street from your apartment. It was packed all
no,
the time.
It wasn't quite across the street. But,
Yeah, but we could look at
but and now how far we've come? What did we have for dinner on our anniversary? Tonight?
pizza. we had a meat pizza.
I ordered pizza, and then we were too hungry. We couldn't even get to dessert. It's still upstairs in the fridge.
That's right. It'll taste good at 12 o'clock.
It-
tonight.
it's fine.
Yes. Anyways, all right. Enough about us.
All right.
It's birthday
Hey,
time.
that's a little Justin Melissa
It's a
history.
little,
How's that?
It's a little history.
We warned you guys it'd be a little bit of a
So
different show.
we have lived apart.
Yes.
We have lived apart dating. Not
Okay.
quite like this, but
No. We'll see.
Well,
where it's gonna
we
go.
have done a distance relationship.
The
20
previous
years ago.
distance relationship was waiting on free nights and weekends.
That is so true.
If
I'd be
you
like,
remember
oh,
that,
it's
John.
almost 9
Oh, yes.
o'clock. I can call him.
Dude, you remember getting
Oh,
you
I
remember
know.
me getting burned on my cell phone bill
No.
because I called. Wait, was it you or me?
No, I don't.
You know,
It would have been you that got burned. One of us got burned because like we waited to call and it was like 9 or 7. And
Oh, we forgot about the time change.
yeah, it was
Yes.
you or me.
I don't know.
Yeah,
Yeah,
one of us
people
got
need-
burned.
Probably her.
younger people aren't going to know what you're talking about, but back in the day, the cell phones after 9 o'clock at night, it was free.
It wasn't free all the time.
Or on the weekends, it was free. But any other time, you had minutes and you had to use them.
Right.
There was none of this free, unlimited calling, texting, data stuff back when.
People would get like 200 minutes and be like, okay, that'll be good because at
Yeah,
9
so-
o'clock I'll just start calling everybody.
You,
Then.
you remember when I had to up my text package from $200 a month?
Yeah.
Woo-hoo. Oh shit, I remember that.
It was a
Yeah.
good time. All right, let's move on.
Did you have a beeper?
No,
I
It
did.
was a little later than that.
I had a VX60. Alrighty. We're going to go into our birthday segment.
Skytail,
Ladies and
baby.
gentlemen, we want to
All right.
thank you from our friends over at On Two Wheels. It's time for the most anticipated, the second most anticipated segment of our show.
Second most-
It's time for the birthday segment. Chris, take it away.
Oh, Hey,
You're gonna these names.
Oh, I can tell.
If you
already.
mess that first one up, Bam's coming for you.
I got the first one.
All right.
And I think I got the second one.
You should have one.
After that, we might be in trouble.
Oh, you got this.
All
You
right,
got
here we
this.
go. So, if you're celebrating your birthday this week, you are celebrating with Victor Alvarez, Mike Smith, Linda Lou Neiman, Jared Wilson.
If you need a bike painted, talk to that guy right
Oh,
there.
man.
Oh, yes. Get a hold of Jared Wilson. Yeah, I believe, what, Midland, Michigan
Yep.
area?
Yeah.
He will come out of retirement and paint your bike.
Oh, he's done some awesome stuff. You guys check that out.
It'll cost you, but
Hey,
his work is well worth it.
Good work don't come cheap. Jordan Brunt, Shane Bolin, Michael Angst.
Yeah.
Angst. Okay.
That's a real name, by the way. It's just
Seriously?
Steel Curtain Lambert.
Yeah. So does he go by Steel or her or what's
I never met his mom, so I don't know.
okay. Well, hey, he must be a tough
Good
dude.
luck on
His
that next one.
First name is Steel. Let's see here. Oh my goodness. Christine Zamansky.
Son of a bitch. He
How's
nailed
that?
it, ladies and
Damn.
gentlemen.
That means the S is silent. I have no idea. Taylor Anderson. All right. I'm going to screw this up too. Patty McMonagle.
Well, she was on a cruise.
No. All right. Pat Fisher.
I was just telling you to look at Sean's comment.
Christopher Bowl.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Hey, this was our first guest we ever had on the show, Mr. Bill Heath.
Yeah.
It was.
Yeah. Michigan BMX Wild Team. Refuse to Lose.
Again, I copy the names from Facebook, ladies and gentlemen.
Nathan Eli. Isaiah Walter. Jim Riley. Oh, sure.
He was on the show, bro.
I know he was. And that's why I started calling him Don D when we were talking to him on the show.
That's it. Don D. Go ahead.
Don D. All right.
Next one.
Cameron Larson.
Mm-hmm.
Rain Baumgartner.
Bum Gardner.
And I think it's Ryan.
Baumgartner.
Yeah, it's Ryan.
Rain.
Ryan.
No, it's Rain.
You're mixing them up.
Actually, I race
It's
with him. It's Ryan
Ryan
Baumgartner.
All right. Well, the next one's Rain Langford.
Correct.
So
There you
how's
go.
that? Josh Avery. Hey, Jerry Mania. Jerry Lundrum has a birthday.
Jerry, happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Jerry. Had a lot of fun with him and his wife on the cruise. Oh, boy. Makiva Hobson.
Yeah.
Wow. Joey Gomez. My goodness, we got a lot of birthdays.
Well, it's because next week we're not on, by the way.
Oh, you doubled them up.
Yeah.
Okay. Trey Waldrop. All right.
BMX Mom Show right here.
Yeah. Kim Benson Fugger.
Mm-hmm.
Danielle Keedy.
She was headed to Alaska today.
Really?
Yep.
That's cool. Hey, speaking of heading to Alaska,
Mm-hmm.
the next one is Amanda Plowman, and she does live in Alaska.
Well, maybe they'll run into each other. It's only the
Maybe.
It's crazy.
second or first largest state in the United States.
Yeah. Herschel Brown, the commissioner.
The commish.
He's a Michigan guy. Max Stone. Tyler Jones. Josh Spears. We also have Eric Simons, Brandon Miller, and Daniel Garfey.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know that one. Gref? I don't know. Hey, if you have a birthday and you'd like me to mispronounce your name on the show,
You're getting kind of good, bro.
Yeah.
it's helping my reading skills each week. I try to do a little better.
Hooked on Phonics is working.
Yeah, Billy says you need to get hooked on phonics. But send your birthdays to info@allthingsbmxshow.com.
Hey, you can send it anyway. Look, before we sign off, I want to hand it over to our guest. And again, John, thank you so much, man. We really appreciate you jumping in and joining us. And I look forward to seeing you at the Florida State races this year. But sure. I'm gonna hand the floor over to you for you to thank your wife, then your sponsors.
Most definitely.
All
thank my
right.
wife for everything. Thank my volunteers at High Springs BMX. A quick note, I don't know if Tim is probably still watching this or not. I'm retiring the hat, okay? Are you happy? Want to thank Gus, Profile, Jim, Allie, his wife, everybody at Profile for everything they do for us, team-wise, me, everybody on the team. Definitely sponsor Ray at Fly, all their other sponsors, and thank you for everything. And you guys for having me on the show. So, sweet.
I appreciate you joining us this evening. It's been a lot of fun, man. I can't wait to see you. All right?
Yep. I just got one thing to say to John real quick.
Go ahead, Damon.
Well, I am going to come down to Florida. I got this new gate coach I've been working with. So when I see you in the gate, it's on, brother.
Come on, let's go.
I mean, my new coach has been, he's been training me pretty hard. So.
Yeah, that's good, man. That's good. Bring it on.
Right.
I was going to say, Justin, when you were in Florida, you got to hit Tallahassee. They have a pump track down up that way too.
I'm all about it. Hey, if you can, we'll have the after chat if you want to hang out, man. Like we all want to talk. So, but right now we're gonna cut over and we got a few things to say, and then we're gonna jump in the after chat. We'll put the link in. So if you guys want to talk to John in the after chat, you're more than welcome to. Or if you just want to make fun of Chris, you are more than welcome to. Now,
be kind.
Be kind. Rewind. All right, ladies and gentlemen. I do have a few announcements I'd like to make. All right, so
Have it.
the first one, Melissa, happy anniversary, baby. It's been 4 years of bliss. And I would have never, ever thought we'd end up back together. But however, that one date that we had that I was late for that job.
That I paid for?
That you ended up paying for. Well, you paid for our tab. I mean, I
have to give you a hard time.
I almost got fired from the
you
AmVets.
did. Yeah, you did almost.
I did.
I know.
I had to run karaoke.
I feel like I should switch seats with her so that you guys.
No, it was again, you guys know, like we dated 21 years ago, and then we get back together. So anyway, we went on this first date, and I was DJing because like I'm a big time person. I was DJing at the AmVets. Anyway, lost track of time and almost got fired from that gig, which paid nothing. Like I say, baby, I love you. I love you with all my heart.
I love you too.
Hey, a lot of sweets for her, okay?
We did.
Oh, I love that.
Nice.
Some Swissy rolls.
So I love you.
I love you too.
And I really appreciate you.
You're gonna make me cry.
That's my goal. I really appreciate you allowing us to let me do this temporary thing for our family to go down to the glorious state of Florida while you have to sit in Michigan in the winter.
Oh, ouch.
Is he already rubbing in that it's
Yeah, I
warm there?
definitely-
You better,
back
you
here
better
freezing.
slow down.
I'm literally
You
grabbing
better
it.
tell him to put the fucking brakes on. Is what you better tell him.
I'm grabbing at any
Pump the brakes.
Pump,
I'm
pump.
I'm grabbing at any comedy I can. But honey, I love you, and I really appreciate that you're allowing this to happen for our family. It's going to be beneficial for us financially, and more important than that, we're going to help a lot of people.
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to help a lot of people. So, I love you. Thank you, and I'm not even. I don't know. So the next thing I want to move to, I'm not even trying to make anything funny. I want to thank everyone that tunes in. And again, look, this is different than our normal sign off. I understand that, but look, I want to thank everyone that tunes into our show week after week. I want to say thank you to all of our sponsors that are with us month after month, week after week. Thank you guys, because without you, this show doesn't happen. And look, all of our sponsors, you guys make that financial burden that we have a lot less, and we really appreciate it. So like every time you guys listen, and I'm not talking about just the people that are like, here, I want to be on the show, here's some money, but I'm talking about everyone that listens to the show on the podcast format, and you struggle through those weird ass ads.
The commercials,
they pay us, okay? So they pay us, and what that means is it's less money that we pay out for that hosting fee. So thank you. I can't tell you guys how much we appreciate it, okay? It just literally makes it easier and easier, right?
That's when we say like and subscribe. That's why everybody
yeah.
says that in every YouTube and all that stuff when you see it, because it makes a difference. And
Right.
if you share it, that helps as well.
All right. And look, you literally can copy the link and text it to yourself, and it still counts for us to crack the
on
algorithm.
the podcast side.
So here's the thing. I'm really looking forward to what this show is going to evolve into, okay? So I'm moving to Florida for 6 months. This is what's going to happen. Things will definitely look different. They'll sound different. Things will be different. However, we love you guys. We love all of you that tune in. We love all of our guests. And it will be different for a moment. And we hope you guys stick with us while we go through that transition time. But I promise this, we're not going anywhere. We'll still have shows. They'll still be awesome. We're going to have guests. Probably not, maybe. We'll try to make them as good as John and his bride. But this probably isn't really awkward for John, is it?
It might be, because he's just kind of sitting there like going, what are these guys talking about?
We don't know.
Yeah. I mean, it's going to change. It's going to evolve. It's going to be a little different. You know, some of us might not be here some weeks, and some will be here the next. We don't know exactly how it's going to all
We're
shake
still
out
here,
yet,
okay?
but we're not going. Yeah,
We're
it might
gonna
look different, but we're not going anywhere. How's
none of
that?
us, okay? Damon's here. Chris is here. Melissa's here. I'm here. Paul's going to be here. However, it's probably going to look different for a minute. There'll be changes. There's going to be I don't know.
We don't know yet.
We don't
it's
know.
Just
Here's the thing.
as it goes, right?
We're packing this studio up. That's in Hartland, Michigan. The greatest city you can live in. We're going to pack this thing up into my little ass Equinox, and I'm taking the thing to Florida.
Road trip.
So Florida, you
Road
bitches
trip.
understand? You better bring your A game, because y'all are like the A game of BMX, right,
We're
John?
on top of it.
Oh yeah.
Now, we made the A game of live streaming and podcasting in Michigan, which we have an off season. So look, we're bringing this to you guys, and we hope you guys want to be a part of it. And we love each and every one of you. And I will guarantee you this, there's going to be some challenges that we're going to work through with our new setup that we're going to bring to you, from which I am happy to announce this. Are you ready?
Lay it on me.
Damon, put some crazy beats behind this one.
You want some crazy?
I need some Wu-Tang
Give him a
beats.
second.
Oh shit! You want some?
Something that's not gonna
Ladies
get us booted.
and gentlemen,
Hold on.
the main studio. Just everyone hold still, so if people think it's like a
Bill.
glitch in the internet right now,
Oh, we're not supposed to move.
don't move, okay?
Calling it.
Deep breaths. You ready? You ready? Ready?
Nah. The shit I wanted to play.
All right, we're good. I can stall.
Nah, we good.
All right, ladies and gentlemen,
I'm
look,
playing-
I need you to understand.
I'm playing Melissa's favorite song.
I want you to be ready, because the new epicenter of BMX. Dude, turn that up. The new epicenter of BMX for the entire globe is now going to be brought to you from Cape Coral, Cape Coral.
Cape Coral, Florida.
Yeah, not BMX.
What, so
I'll be there, but
hey, so the DeSoto BMX Studios moving from Michigan to
Cape Coral.
Yes.
If you're not ready, grab your nuts, grab your girl parts, because we will be bringing you the show live from Cape Coral, Florida, and it will now become the new epicenter of all things BMX, right? So we're going to be there. We're going to be hanging out, and I want to say thank you to everyone that's made this happen for us, because it's not been easy, right?
No.
You guys know this. Real talk, it hasn't been easy. I try to make fun out of these things. However, I want to thank Melissa, Chris, Damon, and Paul, and also the man behind the scenes, Brian Fell. Okay, these people that are sitting around, exactly, these people sitting around me right now, and Brian Fell, they make this show happen each and every week, and I couldn't do it without them, and I won't do it without them. So we're going to continue this just in Florida. And just so you understand, All Things BMX revolves around BMX. BMX revolves around All Things BMX, allegedly. So we're going to take that down to Cape Coral, and it's now going to be the epicenter of all things BMX. I can't wait for you guys to be part of it.
Yep.
And I also can't say I can't say enough to our friends and family that has truly made this transition for Melissa and I that are in Florida, and those that listen to the show and support the show. You guys have made this. What is it, Melissa? They made it easier for us. Okay.
Doable?
Yeah.
There you go.
I can't agree with that, but I get what you're saying. Not for me.
And as we said earlier, we will be off next week, and that's because I'll be, in transition. But you guys,
we'll figure it out.
Hold on, because on the 2nd of November, we have Mr. Royalty himself, Eddie King, joining us.
Ooh, nice.
There we go.
All right, look, I really appreciate you guys bearing with me as we go through that outro. Thank you so much. John?
Yeah, man.
Dude, you rocked, and I can't wait for Moto 2, that we can talk some more. And
for sure.
Hey, man, you want to come hang out with me at Cape Coral, man? We can do a show, okay?
Yeah.
There we go.
I really appreciate it. Thank you guys, and each and every one of you that join us week after week.
So,
I look forward to what we have and what we're gonna make happen, bud.
There we go.
Time.
All right. So, everybody, remember, live stream is Mega Design Group podcast version, Die Job Apparel. Like, subscribe, and we will see you guys down the road here. God bless you. Have a great evening, and we will talk to you in a couple of weeks.
Whew.